Hello. Gosh, it is Monday, isn't it? The days feel kind of same to me at the moment. I don't know. I don't really notice when a day is over. They're going by so fast. I literally just got home not too long ago, so I don't know. Maybe it's that. But hello. Hello, everyone. You know, even though I refunded it, congrats on First Blood. And I did actually give you one more point towards the castle visit redeem, whatever. Not that it really matters too much, but you know, there's some people that take it very seriously, like their life depends on it, so, you know, better not upset anyone. Also, thank you for the 17-month sub. Wow, amazing, crazy, rising, thank you. It's not like the money goes into your bank account eventually anyway, but thank you. And hello, Austin. Hi. I take everything seriously except lying. I do that for fun. Oh my god, you're just like me for real. Or am I like you? We'll never know. If I don't visit the castle, I die, unfortunately. You've redeemed it like once. What do you mean? I can check actually how many times you have redeemed it. Hold on. One moment. No, actually, I lied. 5 times. That's crazy. That's insane. Never seen before. They don't need to know I launder money here. That's actually kind of what you're doing, isn't it? It is kind of what you're doing. Except the money isn't illegal that I know of, that you're putting into this. Who knows, really? But yeah, hope you had a good start to your week. I'm very tired today, even though I didn't go to sleep that late. I did end stream kind of early, and I took care of everything that I needed to do kind of early, but then the Pluribus episode got really good, and I had to finish it. So I stayed up a little longer than I'd wanted to, but it is okay. I'm very excited to keep going today, actually. So excited, in fact, that I put it on the schedule twice a week. I'm actually very dedicated to finishing Higurashi now. I think, if I check the Steam achievements properly and didn't almost accidentally spoiled myself, there's 3 more chapters after... No, 2 more after we finish the current ones, so we're almost done. Oh my god! I think next week we could be done with Minagoroshi, and then there's only 1 more left. And that's it. That's all. And we're done with our over a year-long project. It only took, what? It's almost 1.5 years? Longer? I don't know. I have to check if I can see... Actually, I'm gonna check right now. Why not? That I know of. How far are you? I watch it all. All of it? Definitely not all of it. I don't know what episode we're on. Not too far. That's kind of insane. When did we start playing Higurashi? Let me see. Let me see. What is the first one anyway? Monster Hunter World. I think that's around the time. Onikakushi. Do I have video descriptions? When was the first one uploaded? September 18th, 2024. Actually, not that bad. It's only been over a year. It's not 1.5 years quite yet, is it? No, it isn't. Not yet. Soon, though. All of Umineko, can't forgore that. I'm thinking about doing like a poll if people would prefer me to stream Umineko or if they would prefer me to just upload YouTube videos when it comes to Umineko. I don't know. Do people want to see me be wildly inconsistent in my schedule and see me stream the game every 2 years? I don't know. Maybe it would be better this year. I don't know if people prefer streams or videos when it comes to visual novels. I guess I can ask in the Discord, but I don't mind either way. I'm gonna play it regardless. Also, hello Molly. Hi. I saw that you're gonna stream in an hour. Check her out. She's gonna beat Minecraft for real. She has a very cute little PNG model. It's very good. I didn't sleep well. I slept last night, but not before that. Wow. You are struggling. I think you need to take out your dogs, but this time for real, you know? A YouTube Let's Play? Actually, the only content that I do watch on YouTube is actual let's play videos and like, I don't know, video essays. That's the only two things that I do watch. So I don't know. I do still enjoy the good old let's plays. There's one German YouTube creator that I follow, and she plays like a bunch of RPG Maker games, RPG Maker horror games specifically, and I love her. She's amazing, and I will keep watching her videos until the day that I die. She's doing great. Both options are amazing. Okay, I'll consider it. Love me video essays, simple as. So true. They're really good. Share with the class. Do you speak German? Her name is I don't know how to say it. Nesfata? Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. I think she had a child at some point, so she's not uploading as regularly because, of course, you know, you get busy as a parent. But I like her. I've been watching her since I was a kid, actually. She's really cool. But yeah. It was insanely cold this morning, but now I think we're getting into plus degree territory. Territory. It is getting warmer, and I think the snow is gonna melt by the end of the week, unfortunately. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 5 degrees Celsius, so I'm hoping that the snow won't melt all at once, because then it'll be a watery mess all on the streets. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be really sad to see all the snow go. I was really happy, even though it's slippery and cold, and it's slowly starting to get disgusting. But it's still nice. But I will miss the flashbang when I leave my house after being inside all day, and then getting hit with the white-ass snow. It's gonna be deeply missed. But yeah. I played a little bit of 100 Line before I went live, and you can do like the little missions to go outside and gather materials, and I've never died during that. And this time I died, and I just lost all the fucking items that I had gathered, and I was like, wait, that's 15 minutes wasted. Amazing. That has never happened before. I was very defeated emotionally, and I just stopped after that. I was like, you know what? Never mind. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Hello, Irom. Hi. Yeah, she's a horror RPG Maker enjoyer, which is why I started getting into them too, because I found her channel and I was like, wow, I love those games. And I started playing them myself, and I am very much an enjoyer of that too. And it's great, you know? Since she's been active for so long, I can just check her YouTube channel and be like, oh my god, that game looks awesome, and just play it. I have free recommendations from someone that has a really good taste in video games. It's getting much colder where I live. I'm scared of cold. Do you not like the cold? I guess, you know, some people prefer summer. I'm a winter enjoyer through and through. Can't die if you avoid all the battle tiles. Okay, in my defense, this particular tile was a normal tile, and then it said, oh, this started a battle, and then it turned into a battle tile, aside from the fact that it was previously just an event tile. So yeah, that was not cool. And then I died. And all of my stuff was gone. It's okay. Yeah, I don't want to yap for too long. I'm very excited to keep playing Higurashi, so I'm gonna shush up, because I'm hearing the Higurashi cry in the background, and I do want to finish at least the chapter that we were on. If not the next one as well. We'll see how long they are. I already checked. The next episode, I already forgot the name of it, will also have the same amount of achievements, so I'm guessing that it's about the same length. Which is okay. It's not the longest, it's not the shortest, it's fine. Somewhere in between. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let me take out the book that I'm definitely reading from. Let me change it to this. And hello, Tube. Thank you for the 3-stream watch streak. I appreciate it. Okay, do I have the game actually open? Also, thank you for the hydrate. I didn't fill up my bottle all the way, so I hope this will suffice until the next ad break. All right. Oh my god, the emotional mess that I was yesterday, it was kind of crazy. I don't think there was a Higurashi chapter that left me quite as destroyed as the last one. Although the first time that we got the Hinamizawa disaster, I think that might have been the first time that I was like absolutely in shambles. But this time around, the last one was definitely pretty crazy. Even crazier, actually, because I was shaking. Very impressive. Anyway, Satoko and Rika-chan were already there waiting for me. While the injuries on her face, covered with band-aids, looked painful, Satoko seemed to be full of life. It almost looked as though her wounds were from playing too hard or something. I have to up the volume a little bit, I forgot. So, you stayed at the clinic last night?
ええ、私は全然平気ですのよって言ったんですけど、監督たちが一晩様子を見たいなんておっしゃりますもので。
Yes, I told him I was fine, but the coach wanted to keep an eye on me.
お医者さんがそうしろって言うんだから、素直に従った方がいいと思うけどな。
If that's what the doctor said, then you should listen to him. Also, I forgot. This is the next day, so it's technically Watanagashi.
わかった。
I see.
診療所で一人でお泊まりするのが怖かったんでしょう。
You were scared to stay at the clinic alone, weren't you?
夜の診療所には成仏してない霊がいっぱいいるそうだからね。
I heard there are lots of ghosts inside hospitals.
さとこは僕と一緒でないと眠れない体になってしまったのですよ。
Satoko can't sleep without me. She kinda did for the past few days, while her evil uncle, was at her home, yeah? I forgot what happens in the rest of this chapter, so I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect. Hello, Laika! Hi! Hope you're doing good today.
どうして一緒じゃないと眠れないのかな
What is she thinking about? Why can't you sleep without her? Why?
それはですね。
That's because...
リカちゃまじゃないとさとこの体の夜泣きよ。
Why are they saying it like this? Rika-chama is the only one who can give her comfort. No sooner had Shion finished that sentence than a bucket went flying into her face. Satoko started chasing Shion in circles like they were playing tag. I really missed this rambunctious fun. What a word.
こんな当たり前の風景がもう取り戻せないかもしれないって思ってた。
I thought I'd never see this again.
そうだな。
I felt the same. Man, I felt so relieved when the police knocked on his door. I was so happy. I love Higurashi. Hope you're enjoying it. I love this game, or this visual novel, I guess. I always call it a game, but you know, it's there's no gameplay really, except for the 2 choices Mr. 7th Expansion has given me.
でもな、取り返したぜ。
But we got it back.
俺たちでな。
We did this.
主に頑張ったのは圭一だと思いますですよ。
I think you did the most.
圭一が相談所に訴えようと自分で言い出して、圭一がみんなで押しかけようと言って、みんなに声をかけたのです。
It was your idea to go to the child consultation center, and you were the one who asked everyone for their support.
そうだね。
I feel like the word that has been said the most this episode has been child consultation center. I feel like I fucking dream of that word.
ケイちゃんが最大の功労者であるのは私も認めるよ。
I think Kei-chan contributed the most. Also not a word, but 3 words. Hello, Noelle. Hi.
今回の一件でひなみ沢に前原圭一ありってのはだいぶ知れ渡ったと思うからね。
Most people in Hinamizawa know who Keiichi Maebara is by now.
圭一くん、有名になってモテモテになっちゃうのかな
Is Keiichi-kun going to be a popular guy now? Is he?
そりゃあモテモテになるね。
I bet he'll be incredibly popular.
婦人会のおばさま方にチヤホヤされちゃうよ。
Popular among old ladies, that is. Well, Oryo certainly seems to like him, and the mayor for some reason.
いいよ、モテる男はつらいね。
I really envy him. I'd be fine with that if I could divide their ages by 3. Many people were wearing yukatas. It was still June, but it felt more like it was the middle of summer. Once we finished climbing the stairs, we could see the festival and the crowd enjoying it. The foot of the shrine was packed with people, leaving the grounds looking nothing like their usual quiet self. Lanterns of various colors were hung about, and people were swarming the various festival booths, giving the whole place an unorganized yet pleasant atmosphere.
すげえ人だな。
What a crowd!
ひなみ沢ってこんなに人がいたんだ。
I had no idea there were even this many people in Hinamizawa.
綿流しのお祭りはみんな来るよ。
Everyone comes to this festival.
ひなみ沢の人の半分くらいは来てるんじゃないかな。
I think at least half the population of the village is here. Isn't there also people from outside the village that come here because they're kind of afraid? Or so we've been told, I think? That people are afraid and therefore they come here from all sorts of places.
それだけじゃないよ。
There's more than just
近
them.
隣の町の
Yeah,
町
there we
会や
go.
子供会も招待してる。
The neighboring town councils and youth groups are invited too.
そうだよな。
I see.
俺たちの学校、あれしか生徒いないのに、
We only have a few students in our
今日は
school.
子供の姿がやたらたくさんある。
That explains why there are so many kids around today.
お祭りの賑やかさはやっぱり子供の賑やかさだからね。
Hearing the happy cheers of children is the best part of the festival. She's right. I'm in agreement there. There were lots of booths around too. They were by far the best part of the festival. Booths selling takoyaki, yakisoba, shaved ice, apricot candy, sauce senbei, chocolate bananas. What is sauce senbei? I want to know what that is. Sauce senbei. Rice crackers? Oh, they look kind of good. They look like cookies, but they're not. Yummy. Hello, Amadis. You didn't miss a lot. They were just talking. We didn't read it that much yet. Oh, please let me go up. They were just talking about how happy they were that everything seems to have worked out. Sadako stayed the night at the clinic. And yeah, now they made their way to the Watanagashi festival. That's it. There was a yo-yo game, a goldfish game, a shooting gallery. There were countless booths here.
露天商は町からわざわざ来てくれてるんだよ。
Those booth runners all came from the city.
やっぱりこういうのがないとお祭りは盛り上がらないよね。
You can't call it a festival without festival booths.
で、それを俺たちは荒らして回るわけか。
So we're gonna have a battle in every one of them, huh?
どんな勝負にせよ、俺は負けないぜ。
I forgot they do that. I forgot there's still a club that has fun every now and then. I'm not going to lose today.
そうだね。
Yeah, same here.
頑張ろう。
Let's do it. Come to think of it, this might be the first episode where we had more chapters covering like very serious, disturbing topics compared to the other ones. I feel like before we would always have like at least half the chapters be really, really wholesome and have like a few segments of scary Takano fear-mongering, but everything else was just kind of them having fun. And it's getting more and more serious.
ハルロ
Yellow?
ン。遅れて申し訳ないです。
Sorry I'm late.
私がビリでした？
Am I the last one?
ならこれで全員揃いましたね。
Everyone's here now, huh?
このメンバーが揃うとのんびりお祭りを楽しもうということにはなりませんのね。
Hararo! It was very cute. Also, thank you for the 5-stream streak, Noelle. I always struggle to say that. Yeah, I mean, they did goof off in like the Sonozaki uncle's shop when... I mean, it was kind of still serious because we had already had that scene and Rika was just really depressed over it just being a repetition again. But yeah, we still had those small moments, I suppose. And you know, Shion got... Not Shion. Well, still Shion, you know what I mean. Mion got her little doll, so everything was well. Yeah, this is... It's been a chapter. Once our club gets together, there's no way we can just sit back and enjoy the festival.
そりゃそうだよ。
Of course not.
今年も行くよ。
We're doing it again this year.
綿流し祭。6人か。
This Watanagashi festival for the 6 of us
六強爆闘
will be the battle of 6 evils.
さとこ、今年は気兼ねしないで思いっきり楽しみましょうなのです。
Satoko, there's no reason to hold back this year. Let's enjoy the festival with all our might. Oh, that's actually really sweet that she gets to experience the festival for once. I mean, she has in other episodes, but the last time she was being abused, she didn't get to go.
頼まれなくても気兼ねなどしませんわ。
Or, well, she did go, but I think she went home early or something like that. It's been too long. You don't even need to mention it.
大暴れさせていただきますのよ。
I too declare that I will be the victor.
よっしゃ、サトコ。
Yeah,
その
Satoko.
意気だぜ。
You go, girl.
昨日までのことなんか今夜で吹き飛ばしちゃいましょう。
The translation is sometimes very quirky. Like the yellow. Let's put everything that happened before tonight behind us.
今日はみんなで思いっきり遊ぼう。
Let's play with everything we've got.
全員が揃うなんて1週間ぶりだもんね。
It's been a good week since we all got together.
そうさそうさ。
Yeah,
今
yeah.
夜は全員で祭りを遊び倒すよ。
Tonight we're all enjoying this festival to its fullest. I wonder what they're talking about to make Mion have those kind of facial expressions. As we ran around frolicking, a lot of people approached Satoko. Some were concerned for her injuries, some sympathized with how she had been treated so far, and some even insisted she could rely on them if ever in need. And all of that must have been disconcertingly fresh for Satoko, who wasn't used to it. Satoko said that all this unusual kindness was making her feel uncomfortable instead, but I knew she was just being shy. Right now, this was just what it took for I could not finish reading that. Okay, goodbye.
早速はしゃぎ回っているようですね。
Translation hard? It is hard, I get it. I think they did a really good job. I just think it's really quirky and funny at sometimes, which isn't a bad thing. My, hello. Y'all seem to be enjoying yourselves.
やあ、リカちゃん。
Oh my god, I didn't think we'd get to see him again. Hi,
約
Rika-chan.
束通りに来たよ。
Oh yeah, I guess he did promise that. I'm here like I promised.
盛大に盛り上がってるね。
The festival sure has grown into a splendor.
どちら様でございますのかしら。
Who's this
リ
guy?
カの知り合いですの？
You know him, Rika?
赤坂は肝心な時にいなくて使えないのです。
Throwing shade on him right away. Akasaka's never there when I need him.
え
Huh?
なんだろう。
What are you talking about?
私、怒らせるようなことをしましたか？
Did I do something to make you upset? Oh, thank you for the 3-stream watch streak, Molly. 250k. I'll draw you for free. I'll draw you for free. Why is Akasaka showing up specifically on this loop again? I don't know. He just showed up all of a sudden. I think it was even like in that toy store when Oishi was there and he was teaching them the weird mahjong move. For some reason, Akasaka showed up, and then they were talking, and then when shit was getting tough, Rika tried to reach out to Akasaka, but he didn't, or I think he wasn't there. He was somewhere else with his family, like nearby. But he did say that he'd come to the Watanagashi festival. I have no idea why he's here in particular, though. I don't think he's ever shown up in any other loop. At least Rika seemed very confused about it. Yeah.
実はですね、赤坂さんが温泉へ行かれているほんの1週間ほどの間にですね、
While you were
と
at
て
the
も
hot
大変
springs
なことがあったんです。
with your wife, things sure got hectic around here. If he had been here, man, things could have been resolved so fucking fast. He was really nice in the chapter that we got with him. I don't know. I think I have really positive memories surrounding Akasaka. I think he's a great character. Hey, okay? Oishi looks perfect like that, alright? He's beautiful.
はあ、リカちゃんが知らないお兄さんと一緒だ。
Why is she saying it like that? Rika-chan is talking with some strange older
知り合い
guy.
かな？かな？
I wonder if he's someone she knows. I wonder.
何よ どちら様どちら様
Who is he? Who is he?
おじさんたちにも紹介してよ
Introduce him to this old man, too. I love Mion. When Akasaka had arrived, I'd believed what it took to change fate was the power of an influential individual, or so I thought, but it turned out that was a misunderstanding. And now it's taking forever to flip to the next. Individuals don't make miracles, everyone must come forward to make them happen. That's why when I thought I could defeat fate as long as I had Akasaka by my side, it was all in my head. Even if he had been there by my side, we probably wouldn't have been able to do anything, and would have only disappointed ourselves. I'm not saying that Akasaka was at fault, that's not the point at all. I may have considered him useless, perhaps. Even I'm rather astonished at my foul-mouthedness. Let's forget about such things tonight. It's been a couple of decades, why not celebrate our reunion instead? Whew, there we go. This time we finished it. They are nosy. I mean, that's just kind of the village that Hinamizawa is. Hey,
前原の坊主じゃないか。
Maibara boy.
噂には聞いてるぜ。
I heard what you did.
聞いたよ。
I heard about it too.
なんでも、お寮のばあさんと日本刀ぶつけ合って納得させたっ
Oh
て
my
いうじゃ
god,
な
I
いか。
forgot about that. I heard you fought Oryo-san with a sword until she finally gave in.
やるね。
Good on you.
そんなことしてないっす。
I didn't do that.
平和に話し合いをしただけですよ。
We just had a peaceful negotiation.
しかし偉いな。
Still, I'm proud of you.
みんなを率いてお役所とちゃんと交渉したんだもんな。
You led everyone and actually negotiated with the center.
前原のお兄ちゃん、あんざ飴サービスするよ。
Hey you, I'll give you some apricot candy.
何本いる？
How many do you want?
ケイチくんいいね
Man. Wow,
今日は
Keiichi-kun.
モテモテだね
You're so popular today.
ケイチは熟した果実がお好きに違いないのです
I'm sure Keiichi's into old ladies too. Why? Why would you say that? Hello, Space. No, you didn't miss much. It's just happy things at the festival. It basically just started. It hasn't been much. Tatoko's doing okay. She has like band-aids on her injuries. She stayed the night at the clinic. But yeah, they just went to the Watanagashi festival. And everyone is really loving Keiichi. Everyone is treating Satoko really well, which is really nice. Yeah, that's about it.
リカが何を言ってるかわかりませんがどうせろくな意味ではありませんわね
I don't know what Erika's trying to say. I don't even want to know. Keiichi got a lot of attention too, wherever he went. In order to save Satoko, he took the initiative, and hence his leadership abilities were now known throughout the village. Moreover, him persuading the village council and Oryo herself were now legendary tales of heroism. Everyone had understood just how much Satoko had been ostracized by the whole village, and they had also understood how unreasonable it was for it to continue long after the damn war was over. Seeing Keiichi's efforts to break through that taboo so refreshingly was a glimpse I can't fucking... With that said, now Keiichi Maibara have become the hot topic amongst the Hinamizawa people. Naturally, everybody wanted a glimpse of this Keiichi Maibara. Hence, the bargain auction saw an unprecedented turnout. Whew. Even though he started off red-faced, once he got over his shyness, Keiichi showed his true colors, eliciting rapturous cheers from the crowd with sheer energy and momentum. The Watanagashi of Showa 58 of that day fuck! Even after this, I'm sure Keiichi will continue to steer the village into new adventures to come. Having such a young leader appear has made the village elders rather reassured. Why did they do this auto? I can't understand.
あ、昨日助けに来てくれたおじさん。
That's so much text. That's the guy who helped us yesterday.
昨日はどうもありがとうございました。
Thank you so very much for your assistance.
あ、紹介が遅れてるね
Oh, I should have introduced him to you then.
県議会議員をされてる三郎おじさんだよ
This is my uncle Saburo, who's in the prefectural assembly.
こっちは市議会議員をされてるケンおじさん
Ken? This is my other uncle Ken, and he's in the city council.
昨日は来るのが遅くなってすまんかったね。
Sorry that we were late yesterday.
相談所への道を一本間違えちゃってな。
We got lost on our way there. This guy has such a hearty laugh. I love this guy.
いやでも頼もしかったです
No, you were both a great
や
help.
っぱり議員は強いですね
I was really impressed to see the power of elected officials.
住民の代わりに喧嘩をするのが仕事だからな。
Well, we're chosen to fight in place of the citizens.
強くて当然だわい。
Of course we're strong.
さとこちゃんも無事で本当に良かった。
We're glad Satoko-chan is safe.
これからは何かあったらいつでも相談してください。
Talk to us again if there's anything you need.
必ず味方になりますよ。
We'll be glad to help. They rubbed Satoko's head while they spoke. Aww.
ありがとうございますですわ。
Thank you very much. I'm so happy. Oh. Back in the main tent, having been the last to rush in, were the many influential Sonozakis. They were all folk we became indebted to yesterday. Except Satoko, everyone bowed their heads until just a few days ago. Everyone present was someone who could have been bad-mouthing the Hojo family if they sat down to it. But Keiichi had broken through it all, having reflected upon their thoughts and sensitivity. I can't fucking read this so fast. I doubt any of these people will discriminate against Satoko again. In fact, they bowed their heads, apologized for their actions, and promised their assistance if anything were to come up in the future.
本当に立派なお子さんをお持ちで羨ましいですな。
Ryukishi is a sadist. Hello, Nu! Hi! Hope we're doing good today. My favorite character is probably Mion. Or Shion? I can't decide. Mion, I think. I just like how much of a tomboy she is. She's great. But yeah, Mion and Shion are kind of my two favorites. But out of the two, Mion wins. Also, there is Takano. Takano being kind of gaslighty is funny to me, and I like her because of that, but I wouldn't say that she's my favorite. She's great though. Who's your favorite character? You must be proud of your son.
いえいえ、ケイイチなんてとんでもない。
Oh no, it's not really a big deal.
お、ケイイチ、
Hey,
お
Keiichi.
父さんたちも来たぞ。
We're here too.
ケイイチくんのご両親だ。
The cop that Ika met is also here, right? Yeah, Akasaka's here. You know who's my favorite character actually? The cop that arrested Teppei. Best person ever. Keiichi-kun's parents are here.
こんばんは。
Good evening.
はじめましてなのです。
Nice to meet you.
ケイイチのニャーニャーをしております。リカなのです。
I'm Keiichi's meow meow Rika. Okay.
どうもはじめましてですわ。
Nice to meet
北
you.
条さと子と申します。
My name is Satoko Hojo.
あなたがさとこちゃんね。
So you're
こ
Satoko-chan.
んなにひどい怪我をして本当にかわいそうに。
Such a poor little girl. Look at her face.
今後も何かあったらケイイチをぜひこき使ってやってください。
You can make use of Keiichi if anything ever happens again.
それと引き換えと言ってはなんですが。
No. No. No.
どうですか、お嬢さん。
No.
ぜひ今度モデルに。
Dude! What is wrong with this guy? I don't even want to read that actually.
なんだか監督と近い属性を感じるお父様ですわね。
Your father reminds me a bit of Coach in a bad way, in a really bad way. There's no good adults in this fucking town. I can't. Cringe. Same hat, Mion mostly, but I also really like the little poster boy Keiichi. Keiichi has really grown on me. I thought he was a little bit annoying in the very beginning, but honestly, he has redeemed himself. He is no longer super annoying. He's only a little bit of a degen, and you know, I quite like him now. Rika is also awesome. Hanyu is also very cute. They're all just great. I don't know. It's kind of hard to go wrong here, except for Teppei and Rina, both awful characters. Well written, but awful.
すまん、
Sorry.
こういう親父なんだ。
That's just kind of the person he is.
でも温かくて楽しそうなお父様でしたよ。
Still, he seems very nice and fun to be around. Oh no. Keiichi's parents were also at the festival. They were made quite the fuss of for having such a magnificent son, being the parents of today's big hero. According to Keiichi, since his parents rarely left the house from being busy, this was a good chance for them to interact with the villagers. Keiichi's father had proudly volunteered to make posters for the town council, if the need ever arose. I heard from Keiichi the posters his father makes are so good that people steal them. I look forward to seeing just what kind of posters they are. Don't worry about it.
こんな楽しい綿流しのお祭りは僕も初めて見ますのです。
Also, unironically, I like Teppei in some of the later installments. Okay. I mean, maybe there's a timeline where he isn't an asshole, you know, you never know. The possibility exists. Maybe he's actually a nice person somewhere. I mean, he's very well written. He's very unlikable. And that makes him good, I suppose. But maybe there's some facets to him that we never get to see, unfortunately. They all went through hell and dissolutions. Yeah, kind of. And we cut to Hanyu and she has a distressed face on. So far, she hasn't had a distressed face on. That's a normal face. So for the first time ever, we have just normal Hanyu. But yeah, I do like it when suddenly there's just sad Hanyu and she's really just crying 90% of the time. This is the best Watanagashi festival I've ever had.
そうね。
Yes,
私も初めてよ。
I feel the same way.
というか、あんたの方が長生きしてるんだもの。
You've been around a lot longer than me.
あんたが初めてなら、私にとっても初めてに決まってるじゃない？
If it's your best one, then it must be mine too.
でもきっと渡
Didn't
流
last
しとい
very
う名前
long.
のお祭りになってからの中でも一番賑やかで楽しいお祭りだと思いますのです。
Still, I think this is the most fun and exciting festival we've had since it became known as Watanagashi.
そもそも渡流しのお祭りが楽しいお祭りになったのはここ数年のことでしょ。
The Watanagashi festival only became like this just a few years ago, didn't it?
明治以降は退屈な古出家の儀式だし。
It used to be just a boring traditional ceremony that the Furude family held.
それ以前は鷹の好みのお祭りだったはず。
And before that, it used to be something different, more like the things that Takano is interested in. She's just so worried all the time.
ごめん。
Sorry.
今日は意地悪はなしね。
I'll try not to be mean to you today.
楽しみましょう。
Let's go have fun.
私たちも
The both of us.
私とあなたを祭る夜なんだから。
It's a special night for both me and you. Better hope she doesn't get killed. I heard Hanyu whisper in disbelief that only recently there was a world where Shion tortured Sadako to death. That horrific world, this happy ending world. It's all the same Hinamizawa. I'm sure that the people who only know this world believe unwaveringly that Hinamizawa was destined to have a happy ending. Only Hanyu and I know, only the bystanders know, that here in Hinamizawa, beyond a membrane so thin that it was even thinner than a... Okay. Which is why I'm certain that we understand better than anybody else just how much of a blessing this world is. If Keiichi and the others gave into their temper without fighting side by side, this day would have never come. Now I have to go through my own VOD to read all of this. If Keiichi lost his temper, he would have committed a crime today. The same goes for Shion. She would have been criminal by today. In Rena's case, she already would have been 3 moves ahead and would have finished the burial by now. Ah, of course it was actually a world where I lost it. I ended up getting myself killed. How hopeless. Anyway, none of those worlds were any good. We weren't able to take back our happy world. So I'd given up hope, but nobody else had. We all united to bring about the miracle that needed to happen. A miracle happened because everyone united. It is so difficult to read this fast. Oh my god. This might come across as self-aggrandizing, but I don't think that there would have been a miracle if even just I had given up and denied unity. During that last call, if I hadn't taken away the phone receiver from Keiichi, I don't think Sadako something, that's it. The miracle that couldn't have happened without everybody coming together. The miracle that wouldn't have been if even one of us had given up. And thanks to Keiichi, who taught me how easy it is to break through fate. Ah! If everything is fate and there's a meaning to Keiichi's existence, just what is it trying to tell me? I already knew the meaning of resisting fate and the means to fight it. Never again will I give in to fate. Not once more. The mirror opposite of when Hanyu told me not to hold expectations for anything. Even Hanyu must be able to cause some sort of miracle if she just believed without giving up. Or so I tried to tell her, but she's stubborn at the oddest times and evaded me with a simple ow ow. Ah, I'm sweating. That is exhausting. Oh, was that actually it? I mean, that was still like, what, a good 20 minutes? I also wish this testicular torsion. That's a good one. Okay. That was chapter 10. We got an achievement and I can't see it because I closed Steam. I'm actually exhausted from reading that. Thank you, Panis. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. For 2 months. Thank you. Hope you're doing good. The rally. Is it really okay to call this a miracle? I don't know what it is on the picture, honestly. I don't know. We didn't get to see the auction. I kind of expected for us to be able to witness it, but we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Could have done it yesterday. I guess I could have, but I didn't know. That is okay. Yippee!
そんなことを言
Oh
ってたね。
god. These two. What does 888 or, you know, spamming 8 mean? I see people doing it all the time. Is it like pachi pachi? I don't know. The other Team Rocket. Yes, exactly. Ah, yeah, I remember you telling us about that. I forgot to read the tip. Hold on. I'm silly. One moment. I almost fucked up. A faded notebook. We have to read this. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh, even God doesn't know when he will descend once more. He is constantly prepared for that day to come. Have faith in your God at all times. Your God doesn't even know when he'll see the light. Do not spare any effort. Study hard every day. Have the passion for discovery. You never know when you will be rewarded, but that day will come for sure. Until then, you must let the fires of your passion burn bright. Hifumi tea. Okay. Okay. That is a very ominous notebook? Very ominous notebook. Hey, Tomitake is a great character. He's just, you know, he's
そんなことを
Tomitake.
言ってたね。
That is very cryptic.
でもどうしてだい？
But
ど
why?
うして僕と高野さんが殺されなきゃならないんだい？
Why do you think Takano-san and I will be murdered?
あらあら
My,
私
my.
たちが5年目のたたりに名前を連ねられるなんて名誉な話よ。
It would be an honor for us to be the victims of the 5th curse of Oyashiro-sama. I really do. I hope they don't die. Tomitaken. I don't know. It seemed like some weird... I mean, okay, we don't know if Rika's gonna get killed. So for me, that cryptic note was just kind of... Maybe the killer has this notebook on them and they're kind of acting in a way that they think will benefit their god. Or maybe it's... I don't know. Maybe it's related to these two. Since usually I find the tips have something to do with whatever shows up in the next chapter. And since these two are on full display right now, I feel like maybe it has something to do with their death? We still don't know how it actually happens. We do have Tomitaka who scratches open his own neck and Takano who very heavily hints at people that she has killed Tomitaka for whatever reason and she somehow ends up dead up in the mountains, being burned to death, so I don't know. As I'd expected, they didn't really take me telling them that they'd be killed on the night of the Watanagashi festival seriously. They did keep their promise to tighten up my security after I showed them the ritual storehouse. However, they hadn't given one thought to their own safety. Oh well, like I said, I didn't expect them to believe me. If they were willing to take me seriously, I could have easily changed their fate a long time
もう
ago.
一度言いますです。
I'm only going to tell you this one more time.
富武は喉をかきむしって、
Tomitaka, you're going to claw out your throat and
高野
die.
はどこか遠くの山奥で焼かれて死にますです。
Takano, you're going to burn to death on top of some mountain.
喉をかきむしるって、それはレベル5の末期症状のことかい？
I'm going to claw out my throat like the terminal symptoms of L5?
大丈夫だよ。僕はちゃんと注射を受けてる。
Don't worry, I took the
そ
shots.
んなことはありえないよ。
I don't have the disease.
私だってあんまりね。
What happens to me is horrible
どこ
too.
か遠くの山奥で焼死なんて失礼な話だわ。
I'm going to burn to death on some mountain? Well, technically, she dies before that and just gets burnt afterwards, so she doesn't die by burning. I also like Takano, but I forgot her name, so I didn't type it out because that would be embarrassing. That's so real. Yeah, L5 is like the disease that... Or, well, one of the stages? Is that the... I guess that's the disease name? I don't know what it is exactly. Or is that the stage? Is the stage L5? I forgot. They haven't talked about the illness in a long time. Yeah, it's the stage, right? Yeah. I forgot what stage Satoko was on. I don't think it was 5. I think it was quite high. Was it like 2, 3? I think it was 3. I somehow have 3 in my head, but maybe I'm wrong.
それがあなたの夢の中に出てきたというの？
Did you have a dream about that?
今夜だけでもどうか気をつけてほしいのです。
I just want both of you to be careful, at least for tonight.
騙されたと思ってどうか僕の言うことを聞いてはくれませんですか？
Please listen to me, even if you don't really believe it.
私たちの身に迫る何かというのも夢のお告げなのかしら？
Did you have an ominous vision about some danger befalling us, perhaps?
大丈夫よ。
Don't
あな
worry.
たの身辺は山犬がちゃんと警護しているわ。
You're under the protection of the mountain
今日だっ
dogs.
て8人があなたの近辺を警護しているのよ。
You've had 8 security guards watching you today.
ありがとうです。
Thank you very
僕の
much.
警護は十分助かっています。
I know I'm being
で
protected,
すから高野たちも同じく用心してほしいのです。
but I want you guys to be careful too.
心配してくれてありがとう。
I have a feeling she's gonna die regardless. Well, all of them are. The 3 people present here right now, they're all gonna die. Hello, Aeolus. Probably 3? Yeah, I remember it being 3. If a little girl is that specific about your supposed deaths, you'd probably don't want her around in the wild. Especially if that little girl is also someone who's supposedly... what did they call her? The reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama? If you even believe in it slightly, I feel like I'd take it seriously enough.
大丈夫だよ。こう見えても体は鍛えてるんだ。
Thank you for working... I'm mixing up the words. Thank you for your concern. We'll be fine. I've even been working out.
降りかかる火の粉くらいはちゃんと払えるよ。
I think I can protect myself. Tomitaka flexed his biceps and smiled. I mean, he is very, you know, in shape. He was probably trying to make me feel better, but all he really did was make me feel sadder. This is the sad part about being me. I know the future, but I can't tell him. It's as if that was the rule of the world. People tend to not believe what I tell
でも
them.
死ぬのです。
But you're going to die.
富武と高野が死ねば次は僕が殺されるのです。
If Tomitaka and Takano die, I'll be killed next.
二人が死んだら誰が僕を守ってくれるのですか？
If the two of you are dead, who will protect me?
どうも相当悪い夢を見たみたいね。
I've even been working out. It's not the guarantee you think it is, Tomitaka. In fact, you're able to hurt yourself even more because you're stronger. It sounds like you had a horrible
大
dream.
丈夫よ。
Don't worry.
もし万が一私たちが死ぬようなことがあっても山犬があなたを警護するわ。
Even if we die, the mountain dogs will still protect you.
山犬は本当に僕を守ってくれるのでしょうか？
Are you really sure they would?
守ってくれた試しはないのです。
They've never protected me
そん
before.
なことないわ。
That's not
あ
true.
なたがふっかけた喧嘩にも現れたでしょ。
They saved you when you got in a fight,
あな
remember?
たの近辺を常に警戒してくれているわ。
They're watching you at all times.
もちろん平時にはそこまでの警戒はしていないけれど先日のあなたの要望以来あなたへの警戒態勢は非常に高度な状態を維持しているわ。
Of course, they aren't on alert at all times, but just as you requested the other day, the security around you is still extremely
入
strong.
江所長の警護よりも厳重なくらいよ。
You even have a better security team than Dr. Irie.
富武と高野が死んだ後もその警戒態勢は維持されますですか？
They'll keep protecting me even after you die?
無論よ。
Of course.
あなたの身ほど大事なものはないんだから。
You're the most important person to us.
僕たちは今夜殺されてしまうともう決まっているのかい？
So you're sure that we're getting killed tonight?
参ったな。
That's too bad.
富武に生き残る意志がないのなら死んだ後の私の身にしか興味がないです。
The voice change. It hits so hard. If you have no intention to survive, then I only have to worry about myself. My words must have left a mark on his heart. He looked much more serious after I said that to him.
やれやれ。
Good
分かっ
grief.
たよ。
Okay
せい
then.
ぜい今夜気をつけるよ。
I'll be extra careful tonight. They should just go to the clinic and just wait it out, honestly.
沖宮へ戻るときは僕にも警護をつけることにする。
I'll take a security guard with me when I'm going back to Okinomiya.
二人の時に襲われるのだと思います。
I think someone might attack the two of you if you're alone
だ
together.
から今夜二人きりになってはダメなのです。
Make sure not to be alone with each other tonight.
あらあら、焼いてるのかしら？
Yeah, okay. My, are you
おませ
jealous?
さんね。
You're such a precocious? Yes, precocious girl. Like I thought, I can't change their fate. When we saved Satoko, everyone shared the same sense of urgency. That's why we all got together and saved her before it was too late. However, these two would have no sense of urgency at all. How can I make them understand? No, you can't, unfortunately. If they care that much, then listen. They don't even have to do much. They just have to go home. Just go now. Go be somewhere where you can be safe. Also, bye, Mali. I hope you enjoy your stream. I sighed and gave up.
富武、高野、さようなら。
Tomitake, Takano, goodbye.
今日までありがとうでした。
Thank you for everything.
ちょっと待ちなよ。リカちゃん。
Hey, wait, Rika-chan. I had nothing else to say to them now. Instead, it might be worth talking to someone else. If I could get someone else to protect them, I might be able to change something. I can't give up yet. Fate is as thin as a piece of paper. It's just like the lid on a jar of jam. It's not going to open unless you believe it will. I have to believe that I can change my fate. If I don't, it's not going to change.
富武さんと高野さんがですか？
I wonder if she's ever tried following them on the night that they supposedly get killed. Because I figure that if she does, then she could see what actually happens to them. If it's actually Takano killing Tomitake, for example, or if there is really a third person attacking them. I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to see what actually happens between the two of them. They of all people should know, in this village, it's still dangerous. Yeah, like, even if they don't believe that if they're alone together, they will get attacked, it's still a dangerous night. They know that year after year, someone has died or has been murdered. Stuff happens. Tomitake-san and Takano-san?
それは本当ですか？
Are you sure about this? I've told Irie about this so many times in the past. Irie tends to listen to me more seriously than Tomitake and Takano do. However, that doesn't mean that he can actually do something about it.
お社様の巫女の僕が嫌な予感がするから。では、理由になりませんですか？
I'm the shrine maiden of Oyashiro-sama, and I have a bad feeling about this. Is that not a good enough reason?
わかりました。
I understand.
そうおっしゃるなら、お社様のご神託かもしれませんね。
It might be a message from Oyashiro-sama.
今夜そんな事件があれば、5年目のたたりということになってしまいます。
If that really happens tonight, it would be the 5th time in a
お
row.
二人には注意するよう、私からも伝えましょう。
I'll tell the two of them to be cautious too. All Irie would end up doing would be warning the two of them, which was exactly the same thing as what I did. In other words, it wouldn't matter in the least. Irie is just a researcher, and he has no ability to deal with unexpected trouble. That's why Takano works for him after all.
くれぐれもよろしくお願いしますです。
Please talk to
ペ
them.
コリ。
Please. Who else would treat me seriously? Your group of friends? Maybe they can all go together as a group activity, you know? She dies as well. Then I doubt she remembers if she dies shortly after. I do think that she, you know, sometimes she has died like days after. Like sometimes the Minagoroshi festival happened and the two of them got killed, and then days later Rika would be the one to die. So technically I would assume that she would remember that. It doesn't seem like she has actually followed them before though. Or if she has, she doesn't remember the details of their death. McDonald's M hair parting, yeah. He does. For some reason, there's multiple characters that have like a little split bang moment, but I always keep looking at Edie's hair. The hair vents, I suppose? Also, there's gonna be an ad in like a couple of seconds, I assume, unfortunately, so we're gonna take a little 3-minute break. And I'm gonna get some more water. Also, hello, Roxora. Higurashi's up there with Planet for me for its iconic VN art. I have to read Planet. I think I bought it. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I did. I want to play it soon. I watched the anime ages ago, so I do have to eventually read the VN. I do want to. Also, hello, Higa. Hi. Hope you're doing good. You came at the moment where I'm gonna take a little break, but I hope you're having a good day, a good start to your week. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little 3-minute break, get some water, and then we can keep on reading. Okay. I'm back. Hello, Luo. Hope you're doing good. God, my right hand is so dry, it's actually painful. I need to use, like, what, hand moisturizer? I do use it sometimes, but I feel like it doesn't do much. I feel like I have to use something very heavy duty. Maybe I need to buy a new one that isn't so lightweight, because it is actually really painful. It's only my right hand, so the one that I use my mouse with, which is also the one that gets cold the most for some reason. Yeah, so yeah, that one's painfully dry. And it's kind of hurting right now. Thankfully, this is not a gameplay intensive game. Not at all. Akasaka? Oh yeah, maybe she will actually. That would be kind of cool. Since he's here right now, I mean, he's also a comp. Maybe he should tail them? We'll see. Since, oh yeah, she told him that his wife was gonna be in danger and that she was gonna die. And his wife was saved this time loop. So maybe if she tells him, he'll actually believe her. Because, you know, he has believed her before and it has worked out for him really, really well. So he has no reason, yeah, to not do that. We need to add quick time events to Higurashi. Freaking, yeah. For what though? Can we beat up Teppei and have quick time events for that? Anyway, let's keep going. Wait, did I take my water with me? I did. Okay, it's right here. I'm good. I'm not gonna dehydrate. Hello, Derek. Hi. Press at the right time to swing bat. That'd actually be really funny. Okay, I'll do a posture check, hydrate, everything. (1500-second) QTE with Keiichi and Minagoroshi. That'd actually be really funny. What did we say 1500 seconds was? Was it 10 minutes? God, okay, hold on. 1500 seconds in minutes. Oh, it's 25. I'm silly. Anyway, who would be able to prevent Tomitake and Takano's deaths? That's right. There's one man who's been fighting the curse of Oyashiro-sama with all his might.
Are?
This guy?
Furude-san?
Oh, it's Furude-san.
探してたんですよ。
I've been looking for you. I mean, yeah, he would have been my second choice, I suppose, but Akasaka's also a good choice. an even better choice. I'm sorry. Oh, it's Furude-san. I've been looking for you.
赤坂さんがぜひお別れの挨拶をしたいと言って探してたんですが。
Akasaka-san wants to say goodbye.
つくづく赤坂とは肝心な時に縁がないのです。
I guess he and I are not meant to be.
先日の温泉の件をずいぶん恨まれているようですね。
You're still upset about last week.
赤坂さんも何も恩返しができなかったことを悔やまれていましたよ。
Akasaka-san really regrets that he wasn't able to help you.
長い休みが取れたら改めてひなみ沢に行きたいと言っていました。
He says he'd love to come back to Hinamizawa again when he has his next vacation. Yeah. I don't know. We were talking about our favorite characters earlier. I think Oishi is high up on that list too. He's Oishi, but he's a pretty good character. Hello, Mooney. Hi. I just waved with my actual IRL hand as if this was a 3D model. Let me just actually press the button. I hope you're doing good, everyone. We had a good time playing Pokemon. Hope it was fun. We're currently playing Higurashi. As always, I've been playing this game for over a year now, and yesterday we successfully freed a girl from the abuse of her very evil uncle. And now we're currently at a festival, and we're trying to save two dumbasses who don't want to save their own lives, even though they will 100% for sure be killed today. But yeah, hope you had a good time. Yes, our time zones have not been aligning, but I've been streaming earlier today, which means that, or recently in general, I've been streaming earlier, so that means that we might run into each other a little bit more often. Akasaka is on Fraud Watch this episode. I don't even know what this guy is doing here. He hasn't done anything significant except for disappoint us for not being helpful at all. But hey, maybe before he leaves, we can actually get him to help us out. We'll see. Higurashi is really great. Did you read it before? I've only watched the anime before, so I think you might have been here during the year that I've played it, but I don't remember if I have asked you these questions before.
それを奥さんに勘違いされちゃったみたいで。
But his wife took it
はい
personally.
けど、あの奥さん、家に帰ると怖い人なんだろうな。
She's pretty, his wife, but she can be scary too. I mean, he's just trying to help out a little girl.
大石
Hope you've been well. I miss your comfy vibes. I hope you've been well too. I'm doing great. Only anime, but I've been watching you play. Yeah, it's really good. I love this VN so much. But yeah, kick back, relax, and stuff like that. I don't know how long you streamed for, but I hope that you can relax nicely now. Skip and I have visited IRL Hinamizawa during our Japan trip. Did she talk to you about that? I don't think she told me about that. That's something that I definitely want to do if I ever visit Japan, visit Hinamizawa. I've heard that the people living there in the area are really happy to have tourists there. So I really want to go and see the area for myself. I think that'd be so awesome. Actually, no, Skip did tell me. She showed me the merch that she got from there. I'm lying. She did tell me. It's like one of the first things that she told me when I met her. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I also want to visit. I've never been to Japan in general, but I do want to go, and if I do go, that's one of the places that I have to go. I will definitely take a lot of pictures if I ever do manage to save up enough money to go to Japan. Hopefully in a couple of years. I'm gonna go rest. I do have an early day. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Yes, thank you. Rest well, and I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow as well. We even did the stamp rally. It was just so pretty there. I have seen pictures of people going there because Twitter knows that I like Higurashi. So they will show me pictures of people going there, and it's so nice. It's so pretty. It would be amazing. Like, if I go to Japan, I want to visit very rural areas because it's just what I'm more interested in. I'm not really too interested in the big cities, because they also incentivize me to spend a lot of money there on merch and stuff like that. So I want to try to avoid that a little bit. I want to visit like Tokyo and stuff, but aside from that, I want to visit smaller towns and just look around. I want to definitely ride the trains. I like trains, you know, they're cool. They look cool, they sound cool. I like them. And I want to just ride around and get off at random stations and just look around. I think that'd be fun.
実は大切な話があるのですが、誰も信じてくれませんのです。
Oishi, I have something important to tell you, but no one else believes me.
いかがなさいましたか?
What's the matter? I've spoken to him several times in the past too. He usually takes me pretty seriously. However, after they die, he starts suspecting me. That's why I stopped talking to him. Well, that's no
それを
good.
どこで聞いたんですか?
Where did you hear that?
どの辺で?
We're at the festival. Why would you suspect the person that tells you that they might die? I mean, I get it, you don't have another point of reference, but like, man, she warned you. She warned you that this was gonna happen. Yeah, I do think that I do definitely want to look around the bigger cities just to have seen it, not just in pictures, but I think I will have more fun personally seeing the scenery, the countryside. I don't know, I just like that, which is also why I live on the countryside. I like it here very much, and I do enjoy going to the cities, but I'm always overwhelmed by the amount of people there, and it's just more fun to be around quiet, pretty areas. It's called Shirakawa-go. You can even look it up on YouTube. They got a few of these walking around videos. I can imagine. I suspect that after Higurashi made it very big, that people would visit there all the time. I'm guessing that nowadays it's not as well visited as it was when Higurashi was booming, when I first saw it. I think Higurashi has become a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say niche, but I feel like it's not as hyped up anymore. Not specifying anyone is kind of suspicious since everyone in Hinamizawa pretty much knows each other. Yeah, I guess so. If you're just kind of saying these people are definitely gonna die, that's kind of weird, but you wouldn't suspect a little girl to kill 2 grown adults, would you? Especially burn one of them. I mean, yeah, the one guy just, you know, claws out his own throat, so you could suspect that he was drugged or something like that. But Takano being burned up in the mountains by a little girl, I doubt it. I told him that I heard someone talking about murdering them in the crowd. That way he might not be suspicious of me after the murder really happens.
確かに。富武さんはよそ者だし、高野さんと合わせれば2人。
Tomitaka-san is not from around here, and with Takano-san, that makes 2 people.
1人が死んで1人が消えるか。
One is going to die, and one is going to disappear.
確かに5年目のたたりとしてはあってもおかしくなさそうですね。
This could be the 5th year's curse of Yashiro-sama.
デマの可能性もありますが、わかりました。
I can't take this as anything more than a rumor, you understand?
ダメでもともと。
But, just in
お
case,
二人をマークさせましょう。
we'll keep our eye on the 2 of them tonight.
襲うなら、ひなみ沢と沖宮の間の道だとも言っていたように思いますです。
I think they were saying that they were going to attack them somewhere between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. Tomitaka's body will be found on the road leading out of the village. From what I remember, he's discovered when the concrete roads turn into gravel.
わかりました。
I see.
車を1台張り付かせましょ
I'll have a cruiser patrol around there.
う。そのくらいの余裕はありますので。
We can spare that, at least. More than due to anime, the town is actually more known for its UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the straw roof houses. Ooh, I didn't know that. I thought that it was more so popular because the anime was really big in like, what was it, the early 2000s? That's when I noticed it getting like a lot of traction. Like everyone that I knew that was into anime definitely knew about Higurashi, and I was like, okay, that must have been a big contributor, but I didn't know that actually. I know that a lot of what happened at in previous chapters was self-induced paranoia, but at the same time, there's legit some nefarious things at work. I mean, yeah. I still don't know how some of the victims in previous years have died. Like, the first guy, the construction site officer, was definitely killed. He was, like, cut into pieces. I'm guessing by people who were either extremely passionate about the dam project or were very paranoid about whatever. Then, you know, people died of illness. People apparently threw themselves off of cliffs. I don't know. I wonder if all of that was really paranoia induced or just, you know, the general vibe. I don't know. Hello, Klaus. Hi. We're doing good. Downtown Coolsville. Amazing. Thank you for the, oh my god, 25 stream watch streak. That's a lot. I appreciate it. Also, hello, Fita. Hi. We're doing good today. Cut into pieces by probably notable people in the village. Yeah, and that was multiple people, apparently, and they each, like, had to keep a body part, too, which was very interesting. He agreed to get involved, and he wasn't suspicious of me either. I'm sure it seems odd to people that Oishi actually believed this phony-sounding story of mine. The thing about Oishi is that he strongly believes that there's no smoke when there's no fire. I've learned from experience that he tends to believe my information. However, the personality of his has caused me so much trouble in previous worlds. Of course, there's no question why he's so eager to believe me either. This is his last chance to expose the curse of Oyashiro-sama before his retirement. Even if it might be fake, he still wanted to believe it. That was convenient for me, since I couldn't show proof.
Kuma-chan, 聞こえますか? 聞こえますか?
Hey, Kuma-chan, you read? Can you hear me? I wonder if she has gotten to get him to tail them before, and if that has actually led to them finding out what has happened. She doesn't specify that. I wonder? I think she might have been able to get him to do that, but she still doesn't give any details as to what actually happens to them. If I remember correctly, the people were also construction workers, his own co-workers that cut him up and kept the pieces. I don't remember them being from Hinamizawa. Oh. That could have been a detail that they mentioned, but I don't remember it being mentioned. I just remember it being multiple people that did that, but it could have been his own co-workers. I will just believe you. I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird deaths that for me, I would have to go through them again after we have like all the information to be able to fully process what actually happened in those cases. But like right now, I feel like my memory isn't good enough to actually make sense of them. I just have like vague ideas of what happened in mind. I don't know if it's in one of the tips in this episode. I think it might have been. I'd have to check. Hey, Kuma-chan, you read? Can you hear me?
沖宮への帰り道の途中にパトを1台張り付かせてください。
Have a cruiser patrol the road back to Okinomiya.
いえ、単なる警戒です。
No, it's just a precaution.
良くないことがそこら辺で起こるかもしれないという噂が入りまして。
I heard rumor that something bad might happen around there tonight.
2人程度でいいでしょ
Yeah, 2 officers would be
う。お
fine.
願いいたします。
Thank you.
ありがとうです。
Thank
誰も
you.
僕のことを信じてくれないので困っていたところなのです。
No one else believed me and I didn't know what to do.
それを信じるのが警察です。
It's my job to believe these things.
何事もなければむしろ無事を喜ぶべきじゃないですか。
We'll just be glad if nothing happens.
出動を空振りこれを喜べ。
Be happy to swing and miss.
私の先輩の言葉です。
Well, that's what my late colleague used to say.
それにせっかくのタレコミ情報を見過ごして事件を防げなかったらこれほど悔しいことはありませんからね。
Besides, it's even worse if you ignore what you're told and don't take precautions, you know? I see. That's his way of thinking about things. That's why he believed me without question. I hope he won't consider me a suspect after they find their bodies tomorrow. I really hope that they find out what happens to them instead of finding their bodies, but, you know. Yeah, Onikakushi went into a lot of details about the different cases, especially since we found that newspaper, especially the one about the construction guy getting cut up. I think that's where we first heard of it. So yeah, I think Onikakushi and the newspaper thingy is where I would probably get the most information out of. Is a swing and miss what it's called when you use Keiichi as bait and he dies? Oh my god. It is. It absolutely is. That is his motto. And we can see proof of it in previous chapters. It's actually really funny. Maybe they'll corner the supposed cultists? I doubt it. You know, if she has been able to do this before and it always results in them just finding their bodies and then suspecting her, then it probably never really worked out. Which is why I hope maybe she'll tell someone else, like her friends. Maybe they should tell them, yeah? Tail them and please see what happens. Maybe put a stop to it. Maybe pin Tomitaka down so he doesn't, you know, claw at his own throat. I shouldn't worry about that now. I can still do more. Who else should I talk to? Should I talk to my friends? Yes. I can't give up. I should at least try.
まさか
No
そ
way.
んな物騒なことを言ってる人がいるのかい？
You heard someone talking about that?
よりにもよってこの日に不謹慎だな。
On the day of the festival? That's so wrong.
あれか？
You mean the curse, right?
今日起こるかもしれないって噂のお社様のたたりってやつか？
You're talking about the curse of Yashiro-sama that might happen tonight?
うん。
Yes.
連続4年起こってるからね。
It's happened 4 years in a
や
row.
っぱり今夜も起こるかもしれないと思ってる人も少なくないみたいだね。
Lots of people think that it's going to happen again tonight too.
怒ると思うのは勝手でございますけど、富武さんと高野さんを名指しするなんて失礼な話ですわね。
I do like when Keiichi shows up. I think it's really nice. You know, since we didn't get to see him for like half the game, it's really nice when we do get to see him. What they believe is their business, but it's not nice for them to talk about Tomitaka-san and Takano-san like that.
富武さんと高野さんにも念のため伝えた方がいいんじゃないかな。
I think you should talk to them about it just in case, I think.
もう伝えましたですが、信じてもらえなかったです。
I already did, but they didn't believe me.
そりゃそうだろうな。
I bet they didn't.
でも万が一何かあった後じゃ遅いしな。
But it's too late if something really does
大
happen.
石さんに話した方がいいんじゃないか？
I think you should talk to Oishi-san. Well, guess what?
もちろん、もう話しましたです。
I already did.
へえ、リカちゃまはなかなか手際がいいじゃないですか。
Huh, I'm kinda impressed you've done all that, Rika-chama.
でも確かに用心に越したことはないです。
I agree that they should take every
今夜
precaution,
だけは
especially tonight.
ひなみ沢村連続開始事件、
A series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa,
通称お社様のたたり。
commonly known as the curse of
は
Oyashiro-sama.
っきり言って何年も続かれちゃ困るんだよね。
I really don't want them to keep happening every year.
面白がって模倣するバカも出てくるし、何より村のイメージダウンにしかならない。
Somebody might end up imitating it, and it's bad publicity for the village too.
つまり今夜何も起こらなければそれで連続はついえるわけだろ？
So, if nothing happens tonight, it means the curse is over, right?
なら今夜起こらないように何かすればいいわけだ。
We should definitely make sure nothing happens then.
なんかって何です
Hell
の？
yeah. What can we
悪いこ
do?
とが起こらないように村中で見回りでもしますの？
Are you suggesting that we should patrol around the village or something?
見回りなんかしたらかえって不用心な気がします。
I think patrolling might be even more careless.
そもそも手の打ちようなんてあるんですか？
Do you really think we can do something about this?
一応綿流しの準備会の方では連続開始事件を模倣しようとする変質者が紛れ込む可能性もあるので、見かけない顔には警戒しようってことになってる。
For starters, there's a chance some deviant trying to imitate the serial murders might be within the Watanakashi preparation committee, so let's be wary of any unfamiliar faces.
ひなみ沢はよその人の顔はわかるからね。
Please do not get involved, Satoko. I'm just worried about all of them together, but I think if they stick together, then nothing bad should happen, you know? If they separate, like in those bad horror movies, shit's gonna go down. But I think they're smart. They're not gonna split up. I think that'd be really stupid. A lab coat tied around? I have to look at that. Isn't it just like a sweater or something? It's easy for us to tell strangers apart from the
見
locals.
慣れない人がいたらすぐわかる。
You can spot them right away.
だからきっと大丈夫だと思うけどな。
I think we'll be
で
fine.
もそれでもきっと富武と高野は殺されるのです。
But Tomitake and Takano will still be killed.
リカちゃん、そうだね。私たちにもできることをしてみようよ。
Rika-chan. Alright, let's try to do what we can.
そうだな。
I agree.
一晩中護衛はできないだろうけど、せめて祭りが終わるまでの間、近くにいようぜ。
No, it's not enough time. You always said that, and it was never enough. I agree. We can't protect them all night. Let's stay with them at least until the festival is over.
人が近くにいれば、悪い連中もおいそれと手出しはできねえだろう。
As long as we're there, the bad guys won't be able to do anything to them. I couldn't tell if they really believed me or not, but they listened to me at least. We decided to keep our eyes on Tomitake and Takano and protect them for the rest of the night. I guess I've done everything I can now. Though, it's hard to believe this is enough to prevent their deaths. I wonder if she ever sent Hanyu out, because, you know, Hanyu can move around separately from Rika, so it would have been kind of interesting to see if she can look at what's going on, since she wouldn't be in immediate danger, since she's, you know, invisible. It looks like the coat mad scientists wear, like, what's his name? The guy from Steins Gate? Oh, I keep forgetting his name. Hoin Kyoma. I know that that's his mad scientist name. Yeah, Okabe Rintaro. You're right. Thank you. Hello, Yaya. Yes, that's his real name. I always just remember Hoin Kyoma because he says it so dramatically. He doesn't say his real name dramatically, so it's not in my brain. Though it's hard to believe this is enough to prevent their
あ
deaths.
とは明日目が覚めた時何も起こっていないかどうかね。
I just have to hope nothing's happened when I wake up tomorrow morning.
リカは富武たちの死を防げると思っていますですか？
You're right. This is really funny. Every time, okay, almost every time she comes on screen, she looks like this. It's so hilarious. Do you think you can prevent Tomitake and Takano's deaths, Rika?
無理
Rika?
かもしれない。
It might be
や
impossible.
はりあの二人が死ぬのは私の命運が尽きることを知らせる時計の時報なのかもしれない。
Their deaths might be the bell that portends my doom.
でもさっき高野も言った。
Rika and Satoko. That's awful. I try really hard not to pronounce it like that, but it's like, it takes me a second to read the name somewhat right. But sometimes since I'm speaking English, I say it in an English way, I suppose. But Takeno told me earlier.
山犬が私への警護を厳重にしてくれているから、仮にあの二人が殺されても私は無防備とはならないかもしれない。
That even if they die, the mountain dogs are supposed to keep protecting me.
そうしてる間に東京から応援も来るだろうしね。
They might bring in more squads from Tokyo too.
いつものように富武たちが殺されたとしても、その後の状況はこれまでの世界とは少し違う。
My own Chion. Amazing. Off work now, so I'm gonna head out. Have a good rest of your stream. Thank you, Nu. Get home safely. Even if they die, the situation will be different this time.
それでもダメなら
What if it still doesn't work out?
潔く死ぬしかないわね。
Then I will just have to
と
die.
にかく今回は最後の最後まで諦めない。
Anyway, I'm not gonna give up until the very end.
あがける限りあがく。
I'll struggle to my very limits.
どうせ無駄だから残りの時間をワインで過ごすなんて後ろ向きなことは絶対にしない。
I won't give up and spend the rest of my time drinking
リ
wine.
カの好きなようにするといいのです。
Do whatever you want to do, Rika.
羽生は相変わらずどうせダメだと思ってる？
You still believe that nothing is going to change, Hanyu?
僕はいいもダメもないです。あるがままが運命ですから。
I don't believe anything. It's only fate. This goat.
期待するから心が痛むか。
I keep getting hurt because I have hope, huh? If I'm an actress trying to get up on the stage, Hanyu is a real bystander. We have very different opinions when it comes to this.
リカ、何があってもどうか気を落とさないで。
Rika, no matter what happens, don't give up.
なんだか今回もどうせダメだって遠回しに言われてるみたいね。
It sounds like you're convinced that nothing is going to change.
最近あんたと話してるとイラつくことが多いわ。
Lately, the things you say have been pissing me off. I understand. Hanyu keeps telling me not to get my hopes up because she cares about me. Because I hope to defeat fate, I get hurt when that hope is betrayed. And the more I get hurt, the closer I get to losing my mind and disappearing. For Hanyu, that means losing her only friend. Losing me is probably the most unbearable thought for Hanyu since she has to live alone, unable to communicate with anyone else. I now believe that fate can be changed. Even when I didn't have that faith, I still believed that eventually I'd find a way to get out of this maze. Perhaps Hanyu knows something I don't. I might just be a goldfish inside a fishbowl. There might be no way for me to escape my fate. We're stuck alone inside of a fishbowl, yet every day I knock on the glass believing that I can break it someday. Hanyu keeps telling me that I'm wasting my time. If I get hurt and die, she would have to survive all by herself inside the fishbowl. With that, I think I finally understand our difference of opinions. Hanyu has lived for a much longer time than I have. Because of that, she understands the laws of this infinitely spanning world better than I do. No matter how much I refute Hanyu, I can never refute the truth. Even so, I still have to believe in my own faith. I believe in a spear that will pierce the wall of fate. My faith will make that spear sharper than ever. We found Tomitaka in the crowd and struck up a conversation with him to keep him around as long as we could. Of course they're together. Don't PMO. What does PMO mean? A serial doubter. She is. I mean, I don't know. It's not like she has any other thing that she can do. She's just kind of existing. And she's seeing all of this, you know, from a very different perspective. She's just witnessing Rika fail over and over and over again and watching her get hurt no matter what happens. So, I don't know. I feel like her perspective is very different, as Rika said. Piss me off. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm learning internet slang. Is that what people actually say? I don't know. I've never seen it before. However, as soon as the festival ended, they tried to leave. If they left now, I'd never see them again. Mion tried insisting that they stay at her house for the night, but Tomitaka refused. Everyone tried various ways to stop them from being alone because of the murderer might be around. However, we eventually started to believe that they wanted to be alone for adult reasons, and I wound up suggesting that we shouldn't interrupt the two lovebirds.
大丈夫だよ、リカちゃん。
You could just follow them quietly. It's not like they're gonna do anything crazy when they're out. Don't worry, Rika-chan.
富武のおじさまだって男だよ。
Tomitaka-san is a man after
い
all.
ざとなれば、高野さんのために獅子奮迅の活躍をしてくれるよ。
I'm sure he'll do anything to protect Takano-san.
そうよね。
Well, he can't protect her if he's dead. They honestly should have drugged them or made them so drunk they're incapacitated and let Keiichi and gang protect them. I mean, how are a bunch of kids going to get two adults drunk? I feel like that's the first problem. I get what you mean, but it's kind of very difficult. I don't know what they should do. I think they should just quietly follow them and see what happens. But yeah, we don't really know what happens, so that might be putting them at danger too. But it's a group of kids. I feel like they could maybe fight off some rando. Is that so?
私に危機があったら、二郎さんが体を張って守ってくださるのよね。
If something happens, you'll rescue me, right?
そのつもりだよ。
That's the plan. Why does he sound so unsure?
私たちはもう行こう。
He's like, maybe. Maybe I will. They try to outdrink Mion. Oh yeah, I guess Mion and Shion have been drinking at the Sonozaki gatherings. Sometimes. Well, we really should go
も
now.
うだいぶ遅いよ。
It's getting pretty late.
ありがとうね。気を利かせてくれて。
Thank you for your concern.
くれぐれも誤解しないでくれよ。
Don't make any assumptions.
僕は診療所に忘れ物をしてるんだ。
I'm heading to the clinic because I left something
それ
there.
で診療所の鍵は高野さんが持ってるから、高野さんと一緒に診療所に行くんだよ。
Takano-san has the key, so we have to go together. He seems so panicked. Calm down, guy. It's not that deep.
へえ。富武
Oh
の
my
おじさ
god.
ま、ナー
Please.
スプレイとは奥が深いです。
Okay, stop. I don't want no.
違うよ、シオン。
No, stop. I don't want to read that.
はあ。ナースプレーってなん
Stop.
がっちり理解できてるなら照れ隠しに殴るのはやめろ。
Don't hit them just because you feel
これ
embarrassed.
からミオンとシオン、
And as for you
お
two,
前ら下ネタだけ意気投合するな。
stop only getting along when you're making dirty jokes.
じゃあね、みんな。
He's seriously freaked out. He does not like the idea of being, I don't know, shipped with Takano. So far, the only one that's been like hinting at them even being in a relationship has been Takano, but he's never seriously refuted it. He's never said, no, that's not true. I'm not dating her. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I still don't know if they actually are or if they're just, scheming. I'm thinking they're just scheming. Goodbye, everyone.
本当に忘れ物を取りに戻るだけだからね。
I really am just going back to there to get what I
ついて
forgot.
きちゃダメだよ。
Don't follow us, okay? That means we should follow them.
はあ。富武、本当に用心するのですよ。
Tomitake, please be careful.
理科の心配しすぎではございませんの？
I do think you're overreacting, Rika.
はあ。
Everyone laughed when Satoko yawned. It seemed like a good time to call it a day. It doesn't feel like I was able to change their fate. I just hope that they pay attention and that they're prepared for whatever faces them. I still might have a chance. All I can do now is pray.
それじゃあ富武さん、
Goodbye,
ま
Tomitake-san.
たぜひその時は写真を見せてくださいね。
Please show us the pictures you took next time.
その罰ゲームのシャツ、ぜひ着てきてくださいね。
Oh, the shirt. Make sure you wear your punishment shirt.
よっ、美女との一夜羨ましいね。ヒューヒュー。
Man, I'm so jealous you got to spend a night with a pretty lady. Woohoo! Okay, Keiichi, calm down.
またね、みんな。
See you guys again.
次に会うのは秋頃かな。
I guess it'll be in fall.
私たちが今夜殺されなければね。
That's if we don't get killed tonight.
それじゃみんな、おやすみなさい。
Good night, everyone.
おやすみなさい。
Good night. That was the best I could do on the night of Watanagashi. Was it? I still think Hanyu should have followed them at least. Takano clearly likes the grimness of Rika's story. Yeah, she's enjoying it. Oh god. Please tell me what happened this night. This is like a box with a cat inside. Please tell me what happened this night. I don't even know if the cat is alive or dead inside the box. Please tell me what happened this night. The cat in the box is dead. Frederica Berncastel. Tomitaka gathered up his paperwork and slipped it inside his bag.
嫌にしつこかっ
Oh
た
my
ね。
god. Wait, we actually get to see what happens? That'd be so cool. I want to know how he dies. Hell yeah. Ouch. We're also enjoying the grimness of Rika's story. That's true. I do enjoy how dark this VN gets. Even if sometimes it gets me very emotional. It's pretty good. Yukishi has been doing the Schrodinger's cat thing longer than most VN authors, at least. Kind of. Yeah. They sure were persistent.
そんなに僕らに死んでほしいのかな。
I wonder if they really want us dead. She's like, I'm gonna kill your ass. I really do wonder if she's the one killing him with, you know, drugging him. I mean, she does have access to a sort of antidote for the disease. So maybe she also has something to induce the disease. She did say that she killed him. So maybe it really is her. That was a pretty short chapter. I mean, it was like a part of the chapter. But yeah, if it goes at the same pace, it'll be done very quickly. Schrödinger's Nyan Nyan. Little meow meow.
夢の話とはいえ迷惑な話よね。
How rude of them, huh? It was only a dream.
入江所長にリカちゃんの検査を念入りに行った方がいいと言っておいてください。
Please make sure that Dr. Iri examines
夢見
Rika-chan.
の悪さは何かの予兆かもしれない。
Her nightmares might be a symptom of something.
リカちゃんに何かあったら大変なことになるからね。
If anything happens to her, it would be a disaster. Like the Great Hinamizawa disaster. That one. Hello, Rebel. Hi, good morning. Hope you're doing good. How she acts, it wouldn't be surprising. Honestly, she's the most likely killer, if I'm gonna be honest. I've said that she kills him and then she pretends as though she's dead for whatever reason. Hey, maybe she's the murderer that kills Rika. I don't know why she, you know, Rika ruled her out in the beginning, but maybe she's wrong. I don't know. I like making Takano out to be the villain. She's dangerous in her own right. She is. She's a strange one. Takano touched Tomitaka's hand gently. As he turned bright red, Takano moved in closer and spoke. The way she acts is just too sexy, Tomitaka thought. What the fuck? So they're not dating. She just keeps making funny advances towards him, but they're not actually dating. Also, why the bells? Hey,
とて
Jiro-san.
も真面目な話があるの。
I have something very important to tell
聞い
you.
てくださる？
Will you listen to me?
なんだい？
What is it?
高野さんまで真面目な話があるってのかい？
You have something to tell me too?
まさか高野さんまで僕が喉をかきむしって死ぬ夢を見たなんていうのはなしだよ。
I hope you didn't see me claw at my throat in a dream.
そのまさかだとしたら。
Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, she does playfully flirt with him for sure. What would you say if I did? Takano stared at him with a mischievous look, as if seducing him, and started whispering into his ear.
驚いているのよ。
I'm really
あの
surprised.
子には本当に神通力があるのかもしれないってね。
That girl might have a godlike power after all.
それはどういうことだい？
What does that mean? Takano smiled gently and pulled back her hair. Even seeing her do that made Tomitaka's heart race.
私、あなたのことが好きよ。
This would be interesting if it, you know, didn't have the creepy music. Oh no. The reverse text? What do you mean? This is kind of unsettling, I'm not gonna lie. The music is really good. I really like you.
それは光栄だな。
That's good to know. Takano's fingers curled around Tomitaka's chin, stroking, tickling, and caressing it. Her movements were very captivating and seductive.
いろいろな男と付き合ってきたけれど、野心も野生味も私には合わなかった。
I've dated a lot of guys, but none of them interested me as much as you. That's why I killed them all.
あなたのような固くて真面目な人が一番相性がいいって分かったの。
I've learned that someone with a personality like yours makes the ideal partner for me.
あなたなら私のすべてを受け止めてくれる。
You're willing to accept everything I stand for.
私のことを本当に理解してくれるって信じられるの。
I believe that you understand me completely.
だからあなたにならミヨのすべてを捧げられる。
That's why I can give you everything I have.
私のすべてをあなたに抱き受けてもらいたいの。
I want you to accept everything about
こ
me.
の気持ちがわかるかしら。
Do you understand?
高野さん、
Sorry. Well, Takano-san,
急にどうしたんだい？
what's the matter? Her voice didn't really sound that affectionate. Tomitaka knew from experience that he couldn't grasp what was on her mind when she wore a cold smile like that.
いよいよなの。
Oh my god, she's actually so creepy. I think she is gonna kill him. A credits. Oh yeah, the reverse text. He did say something about, you know, having to make her a real villain in the end or something. So, Ryukishi? Finally,
もうじきなの。
it's almost here. It seemed as though she couldn't wait for something to happen. There was a chilling allure to her strange smile that made one question if something exciting was really about to happen.
何がもうじきなんだい？
What's almost here? Tomitaka asked, trying hard to resist the temptation.
私の夢が叶う日がやってくるの。
The day my dream comes true.
君の夢？
Your dream?
そう、
Yes,
私の夢。
my dream.
話したことがあったわよね。
Didn't I tell you before?
それともベッドの上で話したことは記憶に残らないのかしら？
Or do you forget about everything we talk about in bed?
いや、覚えてるよ。
What? So they are dating? Question mark. Okay, I understand. I see. Okay, oh, okay. No, I
君
remember
の夢。
your dream. Tomitaka's response was vague. Either he didn't remember, or he hadn't understood it very
い
well.
よいよお社様のたたりが現実のものとなる日がやってくる。
Finally, the curse of Yashiro-sama is going to come true.
その日こそが私の子供の頃からの夢が叶う日。
That's what I've been dreaming about ever since I was a child. That's concerning. This guy has to get out of there right now. He needs to go. The song? You mean the soundtrack that's playing? I think we've heard it before. I like her. She is really creepy and I like that about her. I do like the way that she's being portrayed as this creepy, crazy maniac. I do like that. I don't like that she's about to kill this random guy that she's apparently been dating, but she is amazing as a character. I do love her. I did say before that I really liked her design. I did say that she kind of reminds me of a mischievous fox, and I think she has a really great face. I think especially like in the console sprite, she has, I don't know, there's something about her face. It's just so fitting. She's so cool. I do love her. I don't remember if Takano was actually from Hinamizawa or Tomitake. Tomitake is not from Hinamizawa. He is from Tokyo. Also, hello, Skib! Hi, hope you're doing good. I just waved IRL as well, again. I don't know why. We love evil women, hell yeah! We support women's wrongs. This is the right stream for that. But yeah, I did say that she kind of had like demon vibes because of her eyes. I think the way her eyes are drawn, the way her pupils are drawn, her mouth, everything about her just seems so different in terms of design, like very intentional compared to all the other characters where I feel like they are drawn in a more cutesy way, they all have kind of the same style going on. Like even the guys, they all have the same eyes, they all have the same vibe. Maybe it's like because she's the only or one of the only grown adult woman that we see, but she has very specific expressions and I think it's kind of telling. Her eyes look like a piece of candy or something. Yeah, like I think all the other characters either have no, what is it? It's not the pupil, the dark part in the eye, right? That's, or is it the pupil? Oh, I don't know English words, I'm sorry. But the pupil, okay, that's what I'm gonna call this. It's bigger and it's different compared to the other sprites. Like, for example, Chie doesn't have any pupils. She just has the blue eyes with nothing in them. And I think most characters either have very small pupils or they have none. So it's kind of odd that she has these huge, as if like drugged, or I don't know. She just looks crazy, and it's good. It's really nice. Yeah, she's always spreading paranoia. She's like part of the big rules that they have, you know, for the time loops. And I just think it's all coming together. She's always been kind of strange, and there's multiple things about her that are very weird. And Ryukishi has been making that very clear. So I think this has been a really good build up to her maybe killing him. I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. We'll find out. Super big pupils? Could be. I don't have her sprite envisioned right now. Remind me when she comes on screen, maybe.
ジローさん、聞いて。私はもうあなたと一緒にはいられないの。
Jiro-san, listen. I can't be with you anymore. He's okay, that's a shocker. What?
それはどういう意味だい？
What do you mean?
あなたと私は違う世界に住む存在なの。
You see, I belong in a different
こ
world.
こ、ひなみ沢は人の世と鬼の世の接点。
Hinamizawa is where humans and demons once
だ
coexisted.
から日の当たる世界のあなたと日の当たらない世界の私が出会えた。
That's why we met each other
で
here.
ももうそれが終わるの。
But all that is going to come to an end
陽
soon.
光の降り注ぐ日中に訪れた束の間の月食が日の当たる世界の人間と日の当たらない世界の鬼を引き合わせた。
The eclipse of the sun brought humans and demons together.
私が何を言っているかわかるかしら。
Do you understand what I'm saying? I bet that strange notebook that we read in the tip is actually something that belongs to her. Yeah, her VA is so good. No ad break. I'm gonna snooze them for 50 minutes, as long as I can. I do not want to interrupt this right now. I would be so sad. Hold on. Okay, we have 20 minutes. Let's make them count.
高野さん、まだビールが抜けないのかい？
Takano-san, did you drink a bit too much at the festival?
酔ってるね。
You're drunk, right?
お別れの夜が来たの。
Tonight is a night of farewells.
日の当たる世界を教えてくれてありがとう。
Thank you for teaching me about the sunlit realm. The what?
あなたの温かさは日だまりの暖かさだったわ。
Your warmth was like the glow of the midday
騙
sun.
し合ったり疑い合ったりしない本当に温かい関係だった。
We really did have a wonderful relationship.
だからあなたと別れるのがとても惜しい。
Oh my god. I'm so sad that we have to say goodbye. She pulled herself away from Tomitake and slowly stepped back, as if signaling the time had come for them to part.
君が何を言っているのかわからない。
I don't know what you're trying to say.
何の話なんだい、高野さん。
What's this all about,
だ
Takano-san?
からあなたに選んでほしい。
I want you to make a decision.
私のそばにいることを選んで日の当たる世界のすべてを捨てる勇気を見せてほしい。
I want you to decide to stay with me and abandon the sunlit
あな
realm.
たが私の耳元で囁いてくれたことがどれも本当だったなら二郎さんに戸惑いはないはず。
If what you told me was all true, then I know you have no doubts. By that time, Tomitaka understood that Takano was asking him to make an important decision.
まさか。君は。
Could it be your...
そのまさかなの。
That's right,
二郎さん。
Jiro-san. Tomitaka got up from his seat and looked Takano straight in the eyes. There was a faint glimmer of hostility within those eyes.
私より仕事が大事なの。
Is your work more important than me?
やっぱり。
I thought so.
信じられない。
I can't believe
君の
this.
ことを信じていたのに。
I trusted you. What is going on exactly? Yeah, she is kind of suggesting that she's a demon and that he's a human. You know, him being in the sunlit realm, which you would not, you know, that's not something that you would associate with a demon. So that makes her the demon and him a human. I don't know. I don't think that demons as such exist in this world. I feel like Ryukishi has kind of refuted that. So she must see herself as a demon of some sorts. She seems to be believing in some kind of deity, some kind of religion. She's following some kind of Bible. I don't know. Staying with her means they both die, and demons burning in fire is fitting for her to die. She's a demon and she wants him to go with her into hell. I'm okay. Let's just keep going. I feel like I'm a little confused by what she's saying to fully grasp it. I want to have more information. Takano, spit it out. Please, spit it out. Those words were ones of rejection. Takano's lips twisted into a cruel smile.
お社様は人と鬼を融和したそうだけど。
Oyashiro-sama united the humans and the demons.
そのお社様でも私とあなたを融和することはできなさそうね。
But I guess he can't unite you and me. Takano slowly opened the door. 6 men in overalls were standing there at the ready. You what? Tomitaka was frozen in shock. The 6 men walked up to Tomitaka with no expressions on their faces. It was immediately obvious that they were going to do something to harm him. Ah!
これは何の真似だ。
I totally thought she would inject him herself, not that she'd get these, the mountain dogs to do it. I'm assuming that's who's going to do this. What is this all about?
ひなみ沢症候群は導火線に火がついた爆弾と同じ。
Hinamizawa syndrome is like a bomb with a lit
それ
fuse.
が爆発する前に東京はあなたに爆弾を解体してしまうことを命じた。
Okay. Yeah, he came here to make sure that the disease, the syndrome, doesn't spread any further. He came here with funding plans so that they can research it and shut it down and hopefully, get everyone, I don't know, vaccinated, whatever. And I'm guessing her plan is the exact opposite. I feel like this is confirming for me that she's the one who somehow causes the syndrome to spread all across Hinamizawa and is the one responsible for the great disaster that is going to happen. Oh my god. What is happening? Did I read that? I don't know. Your plan is to dismantle that bomb before it explodes.
でもね、東京にはこの爆弾が派手に爆発して欲しがっている人もいるの。
However, there are some people in Tokyo who want to see it go off. Some people? Multiple?
バカな。
No.
そんなことをして誰が何の得をするんだ。
What good will that do for anyone?
得のないことをする人なんてこの世にはいないわ。
Nobody ever does anything that isn't beneficial to them.
損得があるからベクトルが生まれる。
Therefore, if they want that bomb to explode, it must be doing good for
だ
someone.
から私を前にそれを問うことは無意味ね。
Your question just now is a pretty meaningless one.
信じられない。
I can't believe this.
そんなバカなことを考えている連中がいるのかい。
There are people who want that to happen?
ひなみ沢症候群はとても危険な病気であることは君も知っているはずだ。
Hinamizawa syndrome is a very dangerous disease. You know that as well as I do.
そうよ。爆発すればとても大変なことになる。
I do. It would be a disaster if it had an outbreak.
だからこそ東京も失態を隠しきれない。
Tokyo wouldn't be able to cover it up either.
君はその連中に買収されたというのか？
Did that faction bribe you?
元からそういう目的で送り込まれているの。
It was actually my mission from the very
申
start.
し訳ないわね。
I'm so sorry.
出会った時から私とあなたは住む世界が違ったの。
We belonged in different worlds from the moment we first met.
それで僕をどうするつもりだ？
What are you going to do to me?
あなたの協力があれば私の仕事はとても楽になるわ。
It would be a great help if you came over to our
も
side.
ちろんそれはあなたにとっては裏切り行為にあたる。
Of course, that would mean that you'd have to betray your own people.
僕に寝返れというつもりか？
You're expecting me to turn on them?
次郎さん、私に囁いてくれた愛が本当なら黙って私に協力してはくださらないかしら。
Jiro-san, if your feelings for me are real, will you support me? Will you murder tons of innocent people for me? For love? For your little meow meow? Will you become a mass murderer together with me? Please? Uwu, it would mean so much to me. What is happening? Why is she saying this? That's insane.
もちろん報酬は望みのまま。
You'll be compensated, of course. She's actually really funny.
あなたが私を望むならば一生をあなたのためだけに仕えてあげる。
If you wish, I'll dedicate my whole life to you. I mean, man, that sounds great to me. You're also not alive in the option where you don't stand with her. Yeah, you die, basically. It's either you're with me, or you die. But I guess if he says that he's with her, he still has a chance to, betray her and save the people. Whereas if he says no, he's just gonna die. So it actually would be wise for him to say yes under the guise of betraying her later on. I do hope that they have been tailed, but the fact is that if they do something to him inside of here, they're gonna find out when it's way too late. But maybe they can stop him from clawing out his own throat? I don't know. Unlikely. That sounds better than dying for sure. I mean, at least there's a chance of it working out, Kill a whole village. Sounds pretty good to me. Anything for our little kitten, exactly. That's the
あな
vibe.
たが望むとき、あなたの望むところで、あなたの望むように、どんなことでも従うわ。
I'll do whatever you want me to, whenever and wherever you want.
私の体はあなただけのもの。
My body will belong to you.
あなたの重欲を満たすためだけに、
Okay.
独り占めをしていいのよ。
You can dominate me to satisfy your needs whenever you like. Alright.
私もあなたになら、あなただけのしもべになってあげてもいい。
I'm willing to be all yours.
私の全身にあなたの匂いを染み付けさせたいとは思わない？
Hey, don't you want to dye this body of mine in your scent? Her words were a kind of assault, directly hammering at the emotions men had difficulty resisting. Oh my god. I didn't expect her to say it so explicitly, but damn. They were like an evil spell to control his heart. Upon hearing them, Tomitaka felt an unknown sensation rush up his spine as his feet froze in place, entranced. However, he forced himself to resist the temptation. He sealed the cracks in his wall of reason to stop Takanoto from forcefully entering his heart. Come on, just betray her. No! No! Wrong choice, man. You're gonna die. Ugh, I refuse. She gets her evil laugh. It's so good. They did cut this part from the anime. I don't remember this at all. I don't think I even watched this far. I don't remember this. His heart? Whatever you mean, Skip. She had known from the start. that Tomitaka was going to refuse her. Even so, Takano let out a triumphant laugh. It's funny. She thought Tomitaka would refuse right away. However, it took him a while to refuse because of how effective she was at seducing him. The time it took him to refuse her was one victory for Takano. For Tomitaka, it was a time of humiliation. Takano continued to laugh. She sounded rather like an evil witch.
そう言うと思ったわ。
I thought you would say that.
それこそ私の大好きな二郎さんよ。
That's why I love you so much. Who's this guy? Hello? What? I didn't think we'd get to see one of the underlings. Oh, his face was actually translated very well in the console style. Manga gamer? Oh no, not this one. No, it's never good with the manga one. I'm sorry. It's no. It's not great. They really like the wrinkles. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of cool that the artist is sticking to their style, but it's, oh my god, my phone is not charging. Oh, my phone is actually kind of broken, so it's, oh no, it's gonna die. It might die before the stream is over. No. Hold on. Can I save this? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna take care of it during the break in a few minutes. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, I don't think she would have believed him if he did side with her, to be honest. She expected him to say no, and it would have been weird if he did accept, actually. So, I guess, either way, he probably would have died. You drew him once. I think his face is really cool. I like his nose. It's different. Yeah, less is more sometimes. Like, look, Rikishi barely did any, and it just looks more natural, you know? Takano raised up her right hand and gave a signal to the mountain dogs. Okonogi-kun, you're betraying me too?
失礼しますね。Tomitakeに殿。
Oh, this is someone he works with too. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Tomitake.
二郎さんも鈍いわね。
Are you surprised?
山犬は初めから私の部下よ。
The mountain dogs work for me.
この診療所は最初から私たちが掌握している。
It was us who controlled this clinic all along.
知らないのはあなたと入江所長だけよ。
You and Dr. Irie are the only people who didn't know. Shit. Tomitaka moved into action, sensing the danger that was about to befall him. His fist thrust out as quick as lightning, knocking one man down before he could even blink. However, the mountain dogs certainly weren't going to just stay there and watch. They all attacked him as one. Oh, they're actually smart, unlike in other shows and movies where they just attack him one by one. Yeah, they're not protecting Rika. I'm almost convinced that she or one of her underlings might be the one to kill Rika now. If Rika dying is what causes the outbreak, then I'm almost certain that she has something to do with her death. I mean, who else would it be at this point? Yeah, they have been just on her side all along. And they just thought that they, you know, had bigger numbers, but they didn't know that they were being betrayed from the very beginning. He tried to strike back with an elbow, but he simply couldn't overcome the difference in numbers. Tomitaka tried his best, but soon enough the mountain dogs had wrestled him to the ground. Oh wow. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna leave you with this CG because there's gonna be an ad break in 3 minutes. They're not gonna wrap this up in 3 minutes, so let's just see what happens, how he's gonna get injected after I'm back. Okay. Ugh, give me 3 minutes, and then... Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so cool. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright. There we go. I'm back, and the music is really cool, by the way. I also fixed my phone issue. It is charging now. It shouldn't die, hopefully. We'll see. Thank Thank you. Welcome back to you too. Alright, let's keep going.
離せ離せんか
Let go! Let me go!
こいつジタバタすんな
Stop struggling already! They pinned him down so that he couldn't move an
さ
inch.
すがね次郎さん
Impressive, Jiro-san.
6人がかりでも手こずらせるなんて素敵よ
You fought pretty well considering you were up against 6 people. Takano walked over and smiled while looking down at
ね
Tobitake.
え次郎さん
Hey,
ど
Jiro-san.
うせ断るんでしょうけれど私の自己満足のためにもう一度聞かせてね
I know you're going to refuse, but let me ask you one more time.
やっぱり意見を変えて私の味方になってはくれないのかしら
Will you change your mind and join my side? This track is really good. Takano's smugness, her face is actually really good here too. What song is this anyway? White Mist Peak Pure White.
無駄だ
Never.
君の仲間にはならない
I'll never join with you.
その一言が欲しかったの
That's what I wanted to hear.
私の未練を断ち切るためにね
So I could sever all my attachments. So she did kind of like him too, maybe a little bit. Tomitake was topless. Damn, they stripped him too. Takano was holding a small case in her hands. She opened it and showed Tomitake what was inside. Oh, not the needle.
その注射は
Syringe, I mean, what's inside that syringe?
いやね
Oh, come
想
now.
像がついてるくせに
I'm sure you know what it is.
バカ全て破棄したはず
No, we destroyed all of them.
次郎さん
They had some of them. Why would you have those? I guess it could be used as a form of like torture method, right? Like I'm sure some evil governments could make use of that for some evil reason.
あなたはこう思っているでしょう
Jiro-san, let me guess what you're
たとえ
thinking.
破棄した例の注射だとしても自分は予防薬を投与済みだから注射されても免疫があるはず
Even if this is what you think it is, you should still have immunity because you took the vaccine.
そうでしょ
Isn't that what you're thinking?
だから怯えてないのよね
That's why you're not scared, right?
あなたが今回ひなみ沢に来た時に投与された予防薬はね
No!
違うのよ
Oh no, my phone is actually still not charging. Okay, we'll just see how long it lasts. The vaccine you took before you came here was fake.
あなたは今自覚してないだろうけどもすでにレベル3クラスで感染してる立派なひなみ沢症候群の潜在患者なの
You may not have noticed it, but you're already an L3 patient of the Hinamizawa syndrome.
次郎さん注射するとき目を背ける癖があるでしょ
Jiro-san, you have a tendency to look away when you get an
ダメ
injection.
よ
That's not very
自
smart.
分に何の注射がされてるか毎回ちゃんと確認した方がいいわよ
You should always make sure of what you're getting. That's so evil. What did they get him?
くそー
Shit.
離せや
Let me go. Tomitake struggled to get away, but he simply couldn't move. Upon seeing his sorry state, Takano laughed with glee.
H173 は次郎さんもよくご存知のはずよね
I'm sure you know very well about
投与
H173.
することで感染し
Oh
か
my
つ興奮
god.
状態を誘発することで疑似的にレベル5を発症させる
You'll become infected instantly and will virtually become an L5
どれ
patient.
だけ劇的な効果があったかは次郎さんもご覧になってたんじゃないかしら
You saw how the experiment turned out, no?
被験者は盛んに頸部液化のかゆみを訴えていたわね
The subject was displaying extreme irritation in the neck and armpit areas.
過去の症例の文献から見るとどうもレベル5発症時にリンパ節に異常なかゆみを訴えるケースがあるみたい
Based on our past studies, patients with L5 suffer from extraordinary irritation in their lymph
抗
nodes.
原抗体反応の一種かもしれないわね
It might be an antigen antibody
だから
reaction.
ジローさん、
In other words,
あ
Jiro-san,
なた運が良ければリカちゃんが予言した通りの死に方ができるわよ。
if you're lucky, you might be able to die just as Rika-chan predicted. Well, he will. He will. Whenever a nurse takes my blood or gives me a shot, I always make sure to mention that I'll be looking away. I actually always... What do? I don't do it very often, but I do think that I look at it. I don't like the feeling of it, so I look at it to distract myself from the feeling of it. Started doing injections myself. Yeah, you can't look away when you have to inject something into yourself. But yeah, I do look at it to distract myself from the feeling that I can feel something, like when they take my blood. I can feel the blood leaving my body and I hate that feeling, so I look at it to try and distract me. Who was the experiment subject? I wonder. I don't really know. It would be kind of fucked up if they've been giving Satoko like smaller doses so that she slowly gets infected with it. That would be kind of fucked up. It wouldn't be too crazy to think that that's actually what's happening. Her brother? Oh my god, that would be insane. That's actually an interesting theory. Fucking Satoshi got kidnapped and became an experiment for the weird disease, the Hinamizawa syndrome. That'd be kind of crazy. That is true. No one cared if he just disappears. Oh, that would be insane. I wonder if that is really something that they did. Or if it's just something that they did to, I don't know, animals maybe. That would be crazy. That would be... I don't know how I would feel about that, because that would mean if... Okay, if Tomitake knows that there have been experiments, then that means that Irie also knew about some experiments happening. I don't think Irie would allow that to happen. I'm guessing that it was someone unrelated. Because otherwise, that would just be too messed up. I don't think Irie would go along with that. Unless it's like safe to do and you can reverse it, I suppose it would still be fucked up. We'll see, we'll see.
自傷で自ら死ぬか、それとも脳を憎悪で焼かれて廃人になるか。
Are you going to kill yourself or become disabled for
あ
life?
なたはどちらになるのかしら。
Which would you prefer?
ジローさん。
Which one, Jiro-san?
やめろやめろ
Stop! Stop!
これじゃあお注射は難しいわね。
It's going to be too difficult to give him the injection like
眠ら
this.
せてあげて。
Put him to sleep, please. Poor guy. One of the men covered Tomitake's mouth with a towel soaked in some kind of chemical. He tried to fight it off with all his might, but his strength eventually left him, and he became as quiet as a beached whale. Didn't they check him for drugs? But they didn't find anything within his system. So whatever they gave him to sedate him should have been detectable, I think. But they never mentioned this. Could have been kept a secret from him, since Iri didn't even know about Takano being the true owner of the clinic and all. I guess so. That could, yeah, it could be possible. It would still be messed up. I don't know how I would feel bad about it, but I think I would be still pretty surprised if that does end up being true. I never thought of beached whales as being quiet. Aren't whales like super loud? I don't know. Okay, actually, beached whale, does that imply that they're dead? Like they get washed up on the shore? Is that what she's implying? Okay, in that case, they are quiet. Never mind. Dead whale is pretty quiet. Yeah, I mean, I guess they were checking for something that would make you claw at your own throat. I just assumed since it was so weird for this to happen that they would check everything. But yeah. They might not have checked for that. Takano stroked his face to make sure that he couldn't resist. Then she brought the needle towards his throat. She pushed it right into his skin. As she squeezed down on the syringe's plunger, the skin surrounding the tip of the needle swelled up, and eventually the contents were absorbed into his body. Oh, this guy's gonna die.
ジローさん
Goodbye, Jiro-san.
次に目が覚めるときは楽しい悪夢の世界にいるのかしらね
When you wake up, you'll be in the middle of a wonderful nightmare. Unless someone pins this guy down and gives him an antidote, he's gone. The mountain dogs finally got off of him. Couldn't even twitch.
誰か彼を私の車のトランクに運んで
Someone put him in my trunk. Two of the men lifted up Tomitake and carried him outside.
そうそう
Oh, hold
彼
on.
の愛用の自転車も一緒だときっと喜ぶでしょうね
I'm sure he'd be happy if I left him his
地
bicycle.
獄へ行っても好きなだけサイクリングができる
That way he can enjoy cycling in hell too. What is wrong with her? It could be salvageable, like if they pin him down so he stops clawing at his own throat, you know? If they sedate him so he stops doing it, if they give him an antidote, a vaccine, like an actual vaccine, it might still be fixable. I don't know. Yeah, Keiichi saw Takano have both her bike and Tomitaka's bike. I don't think she had his body there with her. Though, could have been. I don't remember if he checked her trunk. I think that's where he put his bike too, so he wouldn't have missed a dead body, I would assume. So I think it was just the bike? Rika must have an antidote, right? Oh, she does have a syringe, that's true. She does have something that she wanted to inject Rena with, so maybe she could actually help him. Yeah, maybe she was just getting the bike to him. I don't think she had him in her trunk. That'd be something that would have been mentioned, I think. The mountain dogs all quietly laughed at the joke.
ではこれより終末作戦を開始します
We're now going to commence Operation Doomsday. They stopped laughing as she began to speak.
おこのぎは以後の連絡を待て
Okunogi, you wait for the contact from
入江
headquarters.
所長から目を離すな
Keep your eyes on Dr.
あ
Irie.
とフルで理科にも注意してね
Also, keep tabs on Rika Furude
ど
too.
んな第六感か知らないけど少なくとも彼の死に方だけは当てたわあの子
I don't know what kind of power she has, but she predicted how Tomitaka was going to die.
もっと研究したかったけど残念ね
I'm very curious about her, but too bad.
了解ですわ
Roger.
こちらはお任せください
I'll take care of things here.
道中はお気をつけて
Please be careful on your way.
気をつけるほどもない旅よ
There's not much to be careful
と
of.
ころで入江所長は
By the way, where is Dr. Irie?
祭りの後の打ち上げ中でしょ
I'm sure he's attending the festival's after party.
うまだ神社の敷地内にいるとのことですね
He's still at the shrine.
あの研究しかできない坊やがどう取り乱すか見れないのが残念ね
I wonder, because it was actually... Like, didn't the volcano erupt gas or something? I wonder if they... I don't know, man. I was thinking, oh, maybe they, like, poisoned the water or something. But if, like, everyone, like, truly everyone was affected, I don't think they could do something to the volcano to emit a specific... Or maybe it was just some kind of gas attack. And then they were like, oh, it was the volcano. But people actually researched this. Like, researchers came and they confirmed that it was the volcano. So either those researchers were, you know, in on it, or they did something to make it look like it was the volcano. I don't know. I mean, she tried to give it to Rena while she was, you know, freaking out. I don't think Rika was trying to kill her friends. I did think that for a second back then, but we know this is pure friend slop, okay? Yeah, everything has been so strange, but it's gonna fall into place now. We're gonna find out what they're gonna do. This, unfortunately to me, says that if he dies, she will most likely succeed in killing Rika again, and we're gonna get to see what actually happens. I don't hope for that to happen, but I do think that it might actually happen, unfortunately. I wish I could see the look of panic on that nerd's face. Well, they really hate his ass. The mountain dog started laughing again, too. Takano checked the time on her watch. It was nearly 10 p.m. Most people must have left the festival for home. Those people still there were probably enjoying the after party while getting drunk inside their shrine. It was a good time for her to leave without being seen by anyone. I'm leaving now. I'm going to go and die. She 100% fakes her death. There's no way she actually dies. After saying that, she left the clinic alone. She left through the back door. She left amid the moonlight, the singing of insects, and the sound of a river. It was a typical night in Hinamizawa. While enjoying all these sensations, Takano got inside her car. Tomitaka was sleeping inside the trunk. His bicycle, on the other hand, was loaded into her back seat. Oh, is that where... Oh, maybe it was like that. Maybe the bike was in the back seat, and then Keiichi also put his bike in the back seat. That's 3 bikes in the back seat. I doubt it, but I don't know. Maybe. How ironic. Your bicycle has a better seat than you. I'll let you out of there soon. I should leave him by the road that leads to Okinomiya. That'll be a good spot. Takano found a good place to drop him off, but she gave up on it as there was a police cruiser parked in the area. She figured that they were probably patrolling to make sure the 50 years curse didn't happen. Good job, officers. No one would ever suspect that there's a curse packed in my trunk right now. Wow, she is so evil! Hello, Kuro. We're doing good. A single car in Oishi tailed her, and they somehow disappeared, tailing her that one time. I don't get it, man. I mean, okay, this is just a car driving by, so I guess they wouldn't stop her for that. And if she sees them first, well, she won't drop a body there in front of them, so she's just gonna look for a different place. Takano drove onto less lit streets with rougher roads. Eventually, the mountain road ended, and she was surrounded by darkness. There were rice fields nearby. She could tell by the sound of the croaking frogs. Takano parked her car by the pitch-black roadside. She had to stop here, otherwise she'd be too close to a residential area. Indeed, she was nearly in Okinomiya. She would have dumped him earlier, but the police cruiser had foiled that plan. Takano pulled Tomitaka out of the trunk and left him by the road. She also left him his bicycle. Tomitaka let out a small groan. It probably wouldn't be long until he woke up. I wonder if this is near where she met Keiichi that one time. Since he was kind of a little bit further out of Hinamizawa. And it was also like by a road, so I'm guessing maybe that's where she actually met Keiichi that one night. I don't know of that game. I have to look it up later. That sounds cool. It probably wouldn't be long until he woke up. Goodbye, Jiro-san. Your awkward sweet talk was very entertaining. I wish I could hear it again. You'll be waking up soon. By that time, you'll be in the final stage of L5. After a futile struggle, you'll meet with a miserable demise. I wonder if you're really going to claw out your throat and die. I wish I could be here to see it. messed up.
そしてあなたの異常な死と私の失踪はこの地に5年目のたたりとして刻まれるでしょう。
Oh, maybe the experiments that they've done were the people that were killed and, you know, disappeared. That'd be interesting. Maybe it was multiple experiments. I mean, they did talk about it in plural, so since it has been happening every single year, and that's very unlikely, and they've been planning this all this time, maybe. Could be. Keiichi's dumbass was so... he tried, but he was not good at it. I still wonder why she very clearly told Keiichi that she just killed Tomitake. I wonder why. I have no idea. But she did. Yeah, also, how did Keiichi survive? I don't know. He's special. Kotaman Academy Citadel? I just happened to stumble on a demo looking for Metroidvania. Oh, it's a Metroidvania? Question mark? I might have to get into that then. She did say that. She was like, okay, you definitely didn't see me here today. I definitely didn't do anything suspicious. I definitely don't... She didn't say those exact words, but she was like, oh, I definitely don't have a body in my trunk, or, oh, you definitely did not see me tonight. We kind of committed the same crime. That was right after Keiichi had killed Teppei, and it was very obvious that she was hinting at her having killed Tomitake. It was just very strange. I still don't get what her plan was for doing that. Like, what did she gain? Cute looking Metroidvania. Okay. I have to... Hold on, let me copy that from the chat and put it in my Discord so I can remember. Yeah, it was like at the very end of the chapter where he kills Teppei. It's been a while. Yeah, maybe she just wanted to tell someone. I don't know. It was very strange. I still don't get it, but, you know. She has her reasons, I suppose. Maybe she just thought that Keiichi was smarter than he actually is, you know? Because he didn't get what she was hinting at. He seriously just thought that, okay, she had Tomitake's bike, even though he wasn't there for whatever reason. And maybe she just thought, oh my god, he's suspecting me of killing someone. And she was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna agree to a truce, like Amada said, and we won't tell each other secrets. But little did she know, he's kind of a dumbass. He did not get that she had just killed someone. So she just told him for free, for no reason. Yeah, she is, I don't know what it is about that notebook that we read in the tip, but it seems like some kind of, I don't know, religion of sorts, some kind of belief about gods and demonic things and whatever. Maybe she seriously believes that stuff, but I don't think there's actual demons. I think she's just crazy. Oh my god, it's a time where I start yawning uncontrollably. But yeah, I don't know. It was really funny that she told him in that way. It was a good scene.
そうしてお社様のたたりはますます強固なものとなって残る。
The story of the curse of Yashiro-sama will be firmly
その
established.
礎となれるなんて。次郎さん、これはとても名誉なことなのよ。
You should feel honored, Jiro-san. You're going to be part of
あな
history.
たはこれから命ある身を捨てて永遠の存在の一部となれるのだから。
You might be losing your life here, but in a way, you're going to live for eternity. That is so messed up. That was her last farewell to Tomitake. Takano got back inside her car and started driving. She could see the place she left Tomitake in her rear view mirror, but it was already shrouded in darkness. Did she leave the bike there too? Takano drove through the main street of Okinomiya and made a few turns heading for the dark mountains in the distance. It had been a while since she left Hinamizawa. It was almost midnight. She might have already made it to the neighboring prefecture. It was difficult to tell because she couldn't really see anything in the darkness. Takano stopped her car in the middle of all that. After turning off both the engine and the headlights, there really was nothing but darkness surrounding her. It was as if time itself had stopped. Takano wasn't sure how long she waited, but eventually she saw the headlights of a car blinking twice. Oh god, the flashbang! Keiichi hasn't won a single chapter. Do not bet on Keiichi. He has not risen to GOAT status just yet. Yeah, Rika completely ruled her out as a suspect. She was like, oh, no, you know, Takano is very helpful. She's super nice. Or not super nice, you know what I mean. She helps me, she's protecting me. She gets killed, she could never be suspicious. She blinked her own headlights back at it. Soon she saw several people walking towards her. Two men wearing blue overalls knocked on the window of Takano's car. Obligingly, she opened it. They looked over her face and the paperwork they had in their hands. Hello, I'm Takano. After confirming her identification, they called someone over the radio.
本部どうぞ。
Hello,
ヒナを確保。
we've got the lady.
尾行ないか。
Anyone following?
尾行はなし。後方400メートルクリア。
No one is after you. You're clear for 400 meters.
尾行はありません。
Nobody's following
お
us.
疲れ様でした。
Your work is much appreciated.
どうぞ指揮者へ。
Please come with us to the command
書
vehicle.
類をお預かりします。
I'll take your paperwork.
書類カバンはトランクの中よ。
The paperwork is inside the
これが
trunk.
鍵。
Here's the key.
あとコーヒーがもらいたいわね。
I do need some
入れ
coffee.
てくださる？
Could you get me some? What is this image? The command vehicle was a trailer with a bunch of high-tech communication equipment inside. I guess these are supposed to be like the blinking lights from the tech? She has been so suspicious since the very beginning, and then Ryukishi was like, oh, I'll make her the perfect villain. High-tech for the 80s, so it might just be a couple TVs, honestly, probably. Yeah, it's like a whole organization that is like plotting to set off this Hinamizawa syndrome bomb for whatever reason. Oh yeah, the other styles. Good question. Hold on. Oh my god! The difference is insane. Yeah, look at this. It is... Oh, well, this is kind of high-tech stuff. I don't know what any of this is. Radar of sorts. I don't know. Multiple radars. They're doing stuff here for sure. What is that in these images? It's too small. Very cool. He just took a picture of his room with his like monitors or whatever and his like gaming consoles blinking. That is actually, it does look kind of nice. You get the idea of what this is supposed to be. The light of the electric equipment shone beautifully in the dark. Here's your coffee, Mayor. Mayor? She's the mayor of this organization? The other man in blue overalls offered her a paper cup.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
私の死体の方は大丈夫？
What's going on with my corpse?
現地にて移送終了との連絡が入って
I
います。
told you! She was setting... Oh, it was... I swear, I knew it. Because this is exactly where the time of death didn't match up. Because she was not dead. They just took someone else's body while she was in the ritual storehouse. I'm not paranoid. I knew she did this. It's nice to know that I wasn't wrong about everything. It is kind of like abstract artwork. I like it. Yeah, it's nice. I feel like if you just crank up the brightness, you might be able to see what was going on here, but I don't know. Yeah, it's nice to be right about something, even if Ryukishi is just confusing me and bamboozling me every chance he gets. They finished setting it up in Gifu Prefecture.
現地
Gifu?
岐阜の山中でドラム缶で焼け死になのかしら
Did I burn to death in the mountains of Gifu?
死因までは
I'm not sure about the cause of death.
確認させます
I'll confirm it with someone. I wonder whose body they took for this. Operation Doomsday. That was the name of their mission. The goal of the operation's first stage was Takano's escape from Hinamizawa and the extraction of 18 specific classified documents. Okay, from the clinic? That goal had been completed. Assassinating the liaison from Tokyo, Tomitake, was also one of the goals. That one had also been completed in the way Takano had planned. He was not killed that way just because Takano had wanted to see it. It was intentionally planned that way so that the office in Tokyo would be suspicious of the Idiot Institute. They were trying to create the story that the Institute was upset with the recent budget cuts and the cancellation of their study. Tomitake's mysterious death would be a suitable way to persuade people. Tomitake was not the only one who was expected to die. Takano was expected to do so as well. However, Takano didn't really need to die herself. They had acquired a substitute body for her, so she didn't have to actually die. Takano had no idea how they got the body. According to what she heard, a team in Gifu took care of everything. Once Tomitake and Takano were dead, Tokyo would definitely grow suspicious of the Idiot Institute. The main purpose of this mission was to make the Institute look reckless.
申し訳ありませんささ
Is that why Idiot kills himself? Or maybe he gets killed and it just looks like a suicide? Poor innocent woman. Maybe it was a woman's body that they took from like the, what do you call it? The place where they store bodies before they burn it. The morgue? I don't know. That. I'm sorry, Mayor.
現地の工作班で問題が発生したようです
There's been a problem in Gifu.
問題
A problem?
どうしたのかしら
What sort of problem?
偽装死体の選別にミスがあったそうです
They made a mistake with the
死後
corpse.
24時間経過していたとか
The body has already been dead for 24 hours.
あらするとどういうことになるのかしら
I see. Then I wonder how things will play
つ
out.
まりサンサは昨日すでに亡くなられていたことになってしまいます
In other words, you're saying I was already dead as of yesterday. So yeah, this just suggests to me that she wasn't killed for this operation specifically. They just took a body that was already dead. Oh, mate, yes, you are correct. I did read it as mayor, but it is major. You're right, thank you. Takano's body was supposed to be selected from the corpses of people who had died the same day. The plan was that to then burn the body and make identification of the corpse more difficult. They'd found a suitable body for the plan. However, they just found out that it had been dead for over a day. That would create a hole in their plans.
現地の方で現在収集に当たっていますので
They're going to collect another body to use instead.
いいわ
No, that's fine.
その死体を私ということにしなさい
We can still use that body as me.
は
Huh?
しかしそれでは
But that would mean...
ひなみ沢を滅びに導くお社様の使いが実は前日に死んでいて祭りの当日には死者として歩き回っていた
It did make for pretty creepy feelings surrounding, you know, Takano and what actually happens to her. It gave me demon and ghost vibes. It was definitely very scary. It worked out in her favor, I would say. Hope has turned into cope. No, you gotta believe. You gotta believe. You can't just stop believing. Theater kid ass shit. Kind of.
面白い
Did I actually read that? The messenger of Oyashiro-sama was long dead but came to the festival regardless. Huh, that's a good
それ
one.
は実に面白いわね
That's a very, very good one. Takano left with satisfaction for a while. The other people in the vehicle couldn't understand why Takano was laughing so much. Takano continued to laugh as if it was the funniest thing she'd ever heard.
構わない
Go ahead.
岐阜にはそれを私にしろと伝えなさい
Call the team in Gifu and tell them to stop looking for another
そ
body.
のくらいのほつれがあった方が面白いわ
I think this will make for an interesting twist.
よろしいのですか？
Are you sure?
万が一ということも。
Shouldn't you be more cautious?
万が一なんてないわ。
Don't
だ
worry.
って高野美代は現に今日綿流しのお祭りの会場を闊歩していたのよ。
Everyone saw Mio Takano walking around the Watanagashi
た
festival.
とえ検視の結果死後24時間以上経っていると出たっておめでたい連中は検視結果の方が間違ってると思ってくれるわよ。
Even if the forensic lab does find out that the body has been dead for more than a day, they just think that the test results were wrong. And they did. Takano almost seemed to be enjoying the risk.
了解。
Roger.
現場へその旨連絡します。
I'll notify
それ
them.
より
By the way,
私の死体はドラム缶の中で焼かれていたの？
was my body burned inside of an oil drum?
はい。
Yes.
高速道路近くの山中でドラム缶の中で焼けていたのを発見されたそうです。
It seems someone already discovered it on the mountain near the freeway. Takano seemed surprised to hear that from him. Then she started laughing strangely again. Nobody could figure out why she was laughing like that.
なるほど。
I see.
お社様の生まれ変わりは伊達じゃないということなのね。
The reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama really is gifted. I didn't think Rika would go into that much detail about her death.
あの子にはやはり人知の及ばない何かがあるということを認めなければならない。
I have to admit she has a supernatural power that defies explanation.
南沢の山犬に R の監視体制を厳重にするように連絡を。
Tell the mountain dogs in Hinamizawa to tighten up security on R.
了解。
Roger.
失礼します。
Major.
沖宮警察が富武の遺体を発見したとの無線を傍受しました。
The Yokonomiya Police Department has discovered the body of Tomitake.
発見したわね。
They have,
い
huh?
よいよ始まるわよ。
The show is about to begin. She's so evil. She really loves this.
おいさん、先生が到着してます。
Oishi-san, Dr. Irie has arrived.
どうもどうも。
Oh, thank you for coming.
どうですか、入江の先生。
So, what do you think, Dr. Irie? Oishi entered the area enclosed by a blue tarp, and there are people from forensics who were taking pictures of the dead body from various angles. Irie was squatting down next to the dead body of Jiro Tomitake. When he stood up, he was as white as a sheet.
信じられません。
Yeah, I remember the scene. He knew that something was going on. You also seem to be enjoying. I gotta say, I like Takano being evil. It's kind of enjoyable. I can't believe it.
そりゃ私だって信じられませんよ。
Yep, I can't believe it either.
初見で見た限り、仏は喉をかきむしっています。
As far as I see, he clawed out his throat.
それも自分の手でです。
With his bare hands. I always hate it when they describe it. It makes my throat feel funny.
こいつはまっとうな死に方じゃない。
This isn't a normal way to die.
十中八九、何らかのヤバめな薬物でしょう。
Most likely, some kind of dangerous drug must have caused it.
彼は何らかの薬物の常習者だったということでしょうか。
Are you saying that he was a drug addict?
さあね。
I don't know, was he?
そいつを調べるのはどうやら我々の仕事になりそうです。
It's going to be my job to find that out.
大石さん、
Oishi-san,
この角材は
what's this 2x4 doing here?
多分仏が振り回したんじゃないかと思います。
I think he was swinging it
で
around.
途中で捨てて喉をかくのが楽しくなっちゃったんじゃないかと。
Man, they even staged it and everything. I forgot about that. And then he threw it away and he had more fun clawing on his throat, I
角
guess.
材を何のために振り回したんでしょう。
Why was he swinging the 2x4 around? Or actually, maybe he woke up and then he was like so paranoid that he started swinging stuff around. Either that or it was staged. Keep in mind that everything is going to end again and all the effort is going to be in vain if they pull this off. It's going to be so fucked up. I don't know. The last episode is the same length as this one. So, like Rika said that she would, you know, give up if this timeline doesn't work out. I don't know if she's gathered enough courage to, or hope, to actually try it again after all of this. But it's probably gonna be a very sad one if it doesn't work out this time. Free 2x4. Why was he swinging the 2x4 around?
自衛のためと考えるのが一番自然だと思います。
He probably did it in self-defense.
仏の体に外傷がいくつかあるのに気づいてます？
Did you notice there are several external injuries on his body?
ええ、打撲傷を思わせる跡がいくつか散見できます。
Yes, I can see some bruises.
ってことは、一番考えられるストーリーは、仏が祭り終了後、沖宮へ帰る途中、ここで何者かに襲われた。
The easiest explanation I can think of is this. He was attacked by someone on his way home to Okinomiya after the festival.
それで取り押さえられて怪しげな注射とかそういうのをされて、その結果錯乱させられて死に至らしめられた。
He was seized by the culprit, given a shot of some kind of dangerous drug, went crazy, and died. Well, it's not entirely wrong.
喉をかきむしるように誘導できる薬物なんて聞いたことがありません。
He does seem kind of genuine about this. He did seem to be in shock when he initially saw Tomitaka's body, but maybe he really doesn't know the effects that the L5 stage can have on people. I'm guessing that maybe he really wasn't part of the experiments. I've never heard of any drug that can make people claw at their own throats.
私もそっちは専門じゃありませんが、薬中の末期症状に自傷行為ってあるらしいじゃないですか。
I'm not an expert on it either, but they say self-harm is one of the terminal symptoms for drug addicts, right?
まあ、その辺はうちの鑑識のじい様が調べてくれるでしょう。
Well, I'm sure the old men in forensics will take care of the investigation.
おいさん、失礼します。
Excuse me, Oishi-san.
ここから数百メートルのところに富武二郎のものと思われる自転車が見つかりました。
We found a bicycle believed to belong to Jiro Tomitaka a mile away from here.
おお、そうですか。ありがとうございます。
Oh, is that so? Thank you.
何か手がかりとかは？
Did you find anything on it?
いえ、初見では特には。
Not yet.
今、鑑識が行ってます。
They're investigating it right now.
じゃあ、つまりその自転車があった場所が襲撃場所と考えていいんでしょうね。
So that means the place where the bicycle was found is most likely the place he was attacked. Unfortunately, not quite true.
それで戦ったり逃げたりしてここまで来た。
And he ran away from the culprit and came here. Oishi frowned, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Iria was looking at the miserable corpse of Tomitaka and kept saying the same thing.
ありえない。
It's impossible. No, so he does know of the effects. Okay. He's just concerned as to why it would happen since he took the vaccine, supposedly. Yeah, they have no idea! Iria seems to know what happened. He doesn't want to believe it, but he does know.
絶対にありえない。
It's just impossible. Iria knew right away that Tomitaka's death was caused by the terminal symptoms of Hinamizawa syndrome. He hadn't swung the 2x4 at a real person, but probably some kind of hallucination due to the L5 symptoms. Violent reactions to hallucinations is one of the clearest characteristics of the terminal stage. However, Tomitaka supposedly took a vaccine before he came to the village. There was no way he could reach L5 symptoms in such a short period of time. Iria didn't want to believe it, but it was obvious that someone intentionally injected him with the pathogen. The pathogen must have been strong enough to give him L5 symptoms immediately. The only drug that can do that is H173, a chemical weapon that induces an acute onset of symptoms. It makes people hallucinate, which inevitably leads to a horrible death. It's the absolute worst kind of demon. Interesting choice of words. However, they had destroyed all of it due to its dangerous nature. All that was left were helpful chemicals such as vaccines and treatment drugs. Tomitaka was their liaison from Tokyo. Whoever killed him must have had full knowledge about him and this drug. How would that person know he was their liaison? It was then that Iria thought of Takano. Takano is also a watchdog from Tokyo. He's something like a superintendent. It was quite possible that something bad had happened to her too.
そうだ。高野さんは
What about Takano-san?
高野さんはどうなったんです？
He doesn't even suspect her. They just don't. Oh, you would never suspect her. She's weird, but she doesn't strike you as a mass murderer. What happened to Takano-san?
え
What?
ああ、お宅の看護師さんの。
Oh, are you talking about your nurse?
多分富武さんと一緒だったと思うんです。
I think she was with him.
高野さんは無事なんですか？
Is she okay?
先生、彼女の電話番号はわかります？
Do you know her phone number?
もちろんです。
Of course.
クマちゃん、入江の先生に電話番号を聞いて署から在宅確認を取らせてください。
Kuma-chan, get her phone number from Dr. Irie and have someone at the station call her home.
了解っす。
Understood.
先生、番号を。
Doctor, can I have the number?
はい。よろしいですか？
Yes, here it is. Himagai got the phone number, repeated it to make sure he got it right, and dashed out to the blue tent.
先生、
Out of the blue tent, sorry.
高
Doctor,
野さんと仏は確か親しい仲でしたよね。
Takano-san and Tomitaka-san were close friends, weren't they? Yes.
何かトラブルがあったとか、そういうのは聞いたことがあります？
Have you heard about any troubles between them?
まさか。
No,
聞いたことないです。
not even once.
仲のいい二人でした。
They were very close friends. Tomi and Takano weren't just in a close relationship. They were co-workers sent from Tokyo. They had access to information that even Irie didn't. Okay, so they probably conducted the experiments outside of Irie Clinic then. There's no way there was trouble between them.
何事もなけりゃいいんですがね。
Well, I hope she's alright.
下手すりゃ仏か、それとも星か。
In the worst case scenario, she could be dead, or she could even be the perp.
なるほど。看護師なら怪しげな薬物を取り扱えてもおかしくはないですよね。
I see. Nurses do have access to dangerous drugs, don't they?
そんな薬品はうちの診療所にはありませんし、あったとしても厳重に保管されています。
We don't have any drugs like that at my clinic. Even if we did, we'd store them with extra
高
care.
野さんに持ち出せるわけがない。
There's no way Takano-san could smuggle out a drug from my clinic.
それでも一般人よりは容易でしょ。
They were roommates. Even Irie didn't seem to know that they were kind of dating. They were sharing a bed. But it's easier for nurses to do it than regular people, right?
ですからそもそもそんな薬物は聞いたことがないし、当診療所にも存在しません。
Like I said, I've never heard of a drug like that, and I don't have anything like that in my clinic. I feel like this really isn't the time to lie, but you know, whatever floats your boat, Irie. Irie made clumsy excuses while he tried to piece together what was going on. However, Irie had no means of knowing the state of affairs in Tokyo, and he couldn't reach any further conclusions. So it was easy to laugh at him, as though he's a frog trapped in a well.
大石さん、留守のようです。
Poor guy, man. He's just an instrument in all of this, too. Maybe Irie held a flame for Takano, too. You think? You think so? I doubt it. I don't think so. That'd be... I never once thought about that. Oishi-san, she isn't home.
署の待機組の方で直接訪問すると言ってます。
The standby unit says they're going to go to her house to check.
先生、すみませんが、高野さんの住所を教えてください。
Doctor, can you give me her address?
こんにゃ。
Kuma-chan.
それプラス、県警に今夜出た身元不明の女性死体がないか確認を取ってください。
Kuma-chan, can you also check if the police headquarters has found any unidentified female bodies tonight?
あるいは県外の可能性もあるな。
Maybe we should check with the other prefectures too.
課長に近県にも同様に身元不明の女性死体が出てないか確認を取るよう伝えてください。
Get the section manager to call all the nearby prefectural headquarters and ask if they have any unidentified female bodies. Oishi's actually a really good detective. Like, he's piecing this together really well. Don't go there, that just spells out doom. Right, he disappears, doesn't he? This is the night they all go missing. Oh god, you're right. He's gonna poof. I wonder what happens to him.
了解っす。
I forgot about that. Oh my god. Yes, sir.
沖宮警察が現地の県警本部への接触を開始。
The Okunomiya Police Department is contacting the Gifu Prefecture Police
さあ
Department.
さあ、よろしいのですね。
Are you sure about this, Major? Wait, hold on. How do they know this? Do they have like an inside mole? How do they have this information? I guess they must have some kind of contacts within the police. Yeah, something is gonna happen to them, unfortunately.
構
Sure,
わないわ。
I don't mind.
そのままで行きなさい。
Just leave it there. Leave it there? Leave what
ど
there?
うせすぐに週末よ。
The body? Doomsday has almost arrived
誰か
anyway.
が一人くらい死亡時刻を疑ったって、誰かが耳を貸す前に全てが滅ぶ。
Everything will be destroyed before they even find out that the time of death doesn't match. Evil. She is so evil, and she's pretty cool for it. The day after Watanagashi. Huh. There's gonna be an ad in 8 minutes. How about we take it now? That nets us an extra 8 minutes until the next one after this one. So I think this is a good place to take a break because it switched the scene. So we didn't even see Oishi and the team drive off. So I guess we'll never find out what happened to them. Unless they do show it for some reason. You can't fully hate her, right? No, she's written so well. I just can't hate it. I can't hate her. She's just well written. She's charming. She's really cool. She's funny. But damn, she's evil. She is so evil. Okay. I'm gonna take a stretch, sip, and I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I do agree the gang does deserve a good life. I'd be pretty sad if it does end up with them just, you know, having to do all of this all over again. That'd be so sad. But let's just stay hopeful until the end. Something like that. Thank you, Rebel. Welcome back to you too. All right. Let's keep going. The day after Watanagashi. Oishi showed up at our school. It isn't uncommon for Oishi to show up here today. Interestingly, he always asks to see the most key person in that world. He asked for Keiichi in the world where he gets sick. He asked for Rena in the world where she gets sick. In this world, he asked for me.
富武が死にましたか?
Did Tomitaka really die? Yeah. Oh, audio. Don't forget about that. There we go.
ちょっと尋常じゃない死に方でしてね。
The way he went was pretty strange too.
薬物か何かで錯乱状態だったんじゃないかと思います。
Like he was on drugs and
自
hallucinating.
分で自分の喉をかき破るというショッキングな亡くなり方でした。
He clawed out his own throat until he died. This guy doesn't even deserve to die. He's a good person.
やはり抗えないのか.
I couldn't prevent it. There's nothing I can do now. I knew this was going to happen. I'm sure Takano is dead too.
高野は
And Takano?
彼女についても残念なご連絡があります。
I have bad news about her too.
岐阜の山中で焼死体で発見されました。
She was found burned to death in the mountains over in Gifu Prefecture. The fact that he's just casually telling this to a little girl, concerning.
死体の状況から多分絞殺された後に焼かれたんじゃないかと思っているのですが。
Based on the condition of the body, she was choked to death before her body was burned.
どちらにせよ気の毒な話です。
It's a tragic story no matter how you look at it.
大石の考えは分かってますです。
I know what you're
僕
thinking.
が何か知っていると思っているんでしょう。
You think I know something about what happened to them.
いやいや、まさかまさか。
Yeah, I also want to leave relatively early in about 45 minutes, so I do hope that it wraps up nicely soon enough, but if it doesn't, we'll just stop wherever it seems convenient and keep going on Wednesday. Heavens no.
疑うとしたらこの一点だけです。
I only have one
あ
question.
の人混みの中で小耳に挟めるようなところでこんな物騒な話をする人がいるわけがない。
Who would talk about such a disturbing plan at the festival where anyone could
僕
hear?
が何かの陰謀の片棒を担いでると思っていますですか？
You think I'm involved in this murder?
と思い込みたいところですが、それも引っ込めました。
Well, I wanted to suspect you, but I don't.
本当にその気なら、あなたは私にあんな入れ知恵をすることはなかったんですからね。
If you were responsible in some way, you wouldn't have given me the hints you did.
少なくとも、今回の事件を起こそうと考えた何者かとは、相対する位置にいると思ってます。
At the very least, I'm sure you're not involved with the people who killed them.
それが本当ならとても嬉しいのです。
I'm glad you're not suspicious of me. Oishi threw a 10 yen coin into the offering box and shook the bell in prayer.
どうか今年こそ、平見沢村連続開始事件を終わらせられますように。
Please let us solve the mystery of Hinamizawa this year.
そのために僕に協力しろと。
Oishi learning? Impossible. Yeah, he's growing as a character. Also, hello, Sean Lee. Hi, hope you're doing good. Who is Terry? Who's that? The voice actor? Or what do you mean? Are you trying to get me involved in your investigation?
今のは、お社様にお願いしたんですよ。
I was just talking to Oyashiro-sama. Oishi is well aware that people can call me the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. That must have been his attempt at a joke.
僕もこんなたたりはもう金輪際にしてほしいと思っていますです。
I'd like to see the curse disappear forever too.
おや、ならフルデさんと私の求めるところは一致するようですね。
Character from HI3? Teresa? Huh, I'm not familiar with that character, or whatever that character is from. Hello, Zero. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we've been on for 3 hours. Yeah, been here. Hope you're doing good. Oh, that means we both want the same
僕
thing.
は昨日富武の死体が見つかりそうなところを予言しましたです。
I made a prediction about where you might find Tomitaka's body.
そこにパトカーはいなかったのですか？
Didn't you have a police cruiser nearby?
いいえ、ちゃんと巫女様の予言に従って配置しました。
Yeah, I listened to your prediction and had a cruiser patrol the area.
ほら、細道路と砂利道の境目になっているあたりがあるじゃないですか。
The place where the concrete and gravel roads meet. I wonder if the patrol car didn't see Takano's car because she saw their car.
通称、村境とか呼ばれているあたりです。
It's on the very border of the
あそ
village.
こら辺はとても暗いですからね。
It gets very dark there at night.
何かやばいことの起こりそうな匂いが一番プンプンするあたりです。
It always seems like if something bad were to happen, it could happen
で
there.
は富武の死体はどこで？
So, where did you find Tomitaka's body?
配置場所よりももっとずっと沖宮寄りの水田地帯の路肩です。
We found him dead by the rice fields near Okinomiya. That's not where his body is usually found. If he was fated to hallucinate and die, he would die in exactly the same spot whether the cruiser was there or not. Just because the cruiser was placed there, Tomitaka's body was found in a totally different spot. In other words, the existence of the police cruiser disrupted that fate.
でですね。
So, I guess previously she wasn't able to convince him to get a cruiser there. Even though I feel like it was mentioned that he was patrolling, or someone was patrolling the area. No! Oh, I'm so sorry. I know exactly how that feels. But usually I'm happy to finally wake up from my dreams because they're exhausting. But yeah, if it's a good dream, that sucks. Anyway,
ここからがちょいと面白い話になります。
there's something else I found very
後
interesting.
にはですね、私通る車もチェックさせたんです。
Uh-huh, I told the officers in the police cruiser to check every vehicle that passed by, so they did see her, maybe.
そしたら高野の車が祭りの終わった後
Uh-huh.
沖宮方向へ通過したんですよ。
As it turns out, one of the cars that headed toward Okinomiya after the festival was over was Takano's. Takano lives in Okinomiya. It wouldn't be strange for her to head back home after the
た
festival.
だ乗ってたのは一人だったんです。
However, she was the only one inside her car.
富武は乗っていなかった。
Tomitake wasn't with her.
富武はひなみ沢にはいつも自転車で来ますから。
Ooh, did they spot the bike, maybe? Tomitake always comes to Hinamizawa on his bike.
なら自転車をトランクに積んで車に乗せてもらうのが普通じゃありませんか。
Then she could have loaded his bike into the trunk and given him a ride.
ですが富武は一緒じゃなかった。
But he was not with her. Also, thank you for the, oh my god, 15 stream watch streak. Thank you, Zero.
にもかかわらず富武の死体はひなみ沢からパトを越えて沖宮の方の水田地帯で見つかる。
However, his body was found among the rice fields near Okinomiya, past where the police cruiser was patrolling in
つ
Hinamizawa.
まり
What are you saying?
あの真っ暗な中森の中を突き進んでパトを迂回したなんてできる芸当ではありません。
There's no way he could have biked through the dark woods to avoid the police
だ
cruiser.
としたらパトに気づかれずに街道を抜けるしか考えられない。
He somehow took the road without being noticed by
これで
us.
さ、
Furude-san,
高野と仏の関係について教えていただけませんか。
can you tell me what you know about the relationship between Tomitake and Takano?
恋人同士
They're
そ
dating.
れしか知らないです。
That's all I know.
高野がね、恋人との最後の夜の仰せを一人で帰るというのが腑に落ちないんです。
I find it hard to believe that Takano would drive back home alone in the dark without her
富
boyfriend.
武はその時トランクの中に詰められていてあの真っ暗な森の中に捨てようとした。
What if she had Tomitake in her trunk and she was planning to dump his body in the woods? He is so smart! Yeah, he's piecing it together so well this time around.
だがお告げのパトカーがたまたまそこにいちゃったもんで仕方なくそこを通り抜け
But because the cruiser was in that area, she had no choice but to pass
も
by
っと先で富武を捨てた。
and dump him on the side of the road. Both Tomitake and Takano were sent here from Tokyo. I have no idea what their real identities are. I can't say that Takano had no reason to kill Tomitake. However, I've never considered that possibility before in my life. Takano killing Tomitake. But why? Can't think of any reason. Nothing comes to mind, and it's hard to imagine Takano was cornered to the point she had to kill him. In fact, it was more plausible to think she was enraged when the lovesick Tomitake acted cold towards her and she strangled his neck.
私はあのカップルどことなく不釣り合いだなってずっと思ってました。
He's a veteran detective after all? Yeah. I mean, he's always been like very good at his job. Obviously, he's been doing this for quite some time. He's like in retirement age. He's been doing this basically all his life. So we've seen him be really good and draw really good conclusions from the evidence that he gathers. But I don't know, it's just kind of nice to see him actually put everything together so almost effortlessly, even though he obviously puts a lot of work in. This is gonna fall apart when she's found dead. I think they have already found her body. Maybe... I know that they did find out that the body had died 24 hours earlier, even though Takano was seen on the night of Watanagashi. So maybe they figure this out, or maybe they don't even figure it out, but it's enough that Rika is suspicious of Takano that maybe in the next episode they do something against this. You know? It would make sense. Because if this is all going to shit now, it doesn't really matter as long as they know that Takano is the one responsible for this and they can just stop her. Hopefully? Question. I bet when he survived the disaster, he knew what happened and fucking bolted to survive. He was one of the few people who disappeared after the disaster. Yeah, he disappeared. I know that in some loop he survived with Akasaka and they like wrote that whole book and stuff, so yeah, he definitely does survive in some timelines. I don't think he necessarily dies. Always but on Oishi, he causes mass paranoia to everyone he talks to. He is kind of, yeah, infamous for that, unfortunately. I never really thought they suited each other.
こう言っちゃ富武君に失礼ですが、高野さんでは荷が勝ちすぎているんじゃないかなってずっと思ってました。
I don't mean to insult Tomitake-kun, but I thought Takano-san was way too smart for him.
高野が富武を何かに利用しようとして近づいていたとか、そういう話を村の中で聞いたことはありませんかね。
Have you heard of any rumors that she was trying to use him for anything?
ないです。
None.
でも話は聞いてみようと思いますです。
But I can ask around.
何か分かったら大石にも知らせますです。
I'll let you know if I find out something.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
村の内部に詳しい方、それも御三家の当主でお社様の生まれ変わりの協力がいただければ鬼に金棒ですよ。
I'm just glad that the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama is on my side. But even the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama couldn't solve this mystery for over 100 years. But
その高野も殺されたのですよ。
you said Takano was killed too.
どういうことなのですか？
How can she be the culprit?
私はもしあなたから垂れ込み、おっと、お告げを聞いていなかったら。
Well, it's because you leaked me the information. I mean, the prophecy. He used the trigger unintentionally. He doesn't want this to happen, but yeah, he does. He didn't do it this time around, but he does cause it in almost literally every other loop. Maybe Takano has a spot for me instead. I doubted. I think this guy might be a little bit too old.
多分きっと富武と高野は共に犠牲者で、お社様のたたりの5年目ってことになったんだろうと思い込んだと思います。
Without that, I'm sure I would have just believed that both Takano and Tomitaka were the victims of the 5th year's curse of Oyashiro-sama.
ですが、こうなってくるとどうも違う。
Yes, yes. Keep thinking. I feel like it's different this time.
どうやらこいつはお社様のたたりの5年目ってことにしようとした巧妙な事件のように見えてきました。
Maybe as though this is someone trying to make the curse of Oyashiro-sama happen.
つまり高野が犯人。
So you really think that Takano-san is the culprit? Basically, this is what Oishi's trying to say. They're not both the victims. The culprit is also pretending to be a victim. This is really hard for me to believe. I can't think of any reason why Takano would do something like this. Oishi only feels the way he does because he doesn't know her as well as I do. For another thing, how can he explain that Takano's body was found? Didn't the police in Gifu Prefecture identify the body?
焼死体の識別には歯型照合が最も有効だと言われています。
Oh yeah, I was thinking, did she like take out a tooth for that? For them to plant it there? Near the body? For a chart corpse, the easiest way to identify them is by their dental
た
records.
だ、うちの鑑識のじじいが言うには、それでも 100% じゃないという。
Although, according to the old man in forensics, they're still not 100% sure.
まあ、それよりおかしいのが、岐阜県警鑑識の死亡時刻なんです。
And besides, there's a contradiction with the estimated time of death.
当初、死亡時刻が合わなかったらしいんです。
It just doesn't make sense.
死亡時刻が合わない。
What do you mean?
ねえ。
Well,
祭りの前夜にはもう殺されてたっていう鑑識が出ちゃったらしいんです。
the test results show that she was dead on the night before the
内容
festival.
物とかそういうのから調べるらしいですね。
Apparently, they inspected the contents of her stomach and
で
such.
すがこの時点で岐阜さんには高野の話をしちゃってたんです。
But at the time of testing, they already had information about
だ
Takano.
から岐阜さん、綿流しの日に 彼氏とデートしてたはずの死体が死後24時間では話が合わないって言って、その鑑定結果を握りつぶしちゃったらしい。
They knew that she was at the festival that night and realized that the test results didn't match up.
死亡時刻の鑑定なんかより死体の歯型鑑定の方がよっぽど精度が高いですからね。
So they just dumped the results and decided to take the dental records alone.
まあ現場にはたまにある話です。
These things do happen every once in a while.
ですが、高野が犯人かもしれないって目で見てみると、こいつは高野の死体じゃない可能性が出てきます。
However, if Takano really is the culprit, this body might belong to someone else. I wonder if they would think to check nearby morgues to see if there's a body missing that is supposed to be there.
死体をごまかすことなんて可能なのですか？
Is it possible to do something like that?
焼死体の鑑定は基本的に歯型以外は絶望的です。
When a body is burned, dental records are the only way to identify it.
例えば、これは推理小説的な荒技ですが、沖宮のデンタルクリニックに残されていた高野美代の歯型のカルテ。
That is insane. They really planned this out to the most minute detail ever. This might sound too much like a mystery novel, but what if, for example, someone faked Mio Takano's dental records?
これが巧妙な手口で捏造されていたら誤認もあり得る。
If they were skillfully forged, we could have the wrong ID.
まあそんなのは抜きにして、単純にギフさんが高野に間違いないと決めつけてしまった可能性の方が高いですが。
Anyway, the Gifu Police Department has made up their mind that the body belongs to Takano.
警察組織内では往々にして初動時の鑑定ミスが後々まで尾を引くことが少なくない。
Within police departments, we sometimes have issues with false test results.
伝説的な冤罪事件のほとんどはこれに起因します。
That's how most false charges are made.
私はどうやらその可能性が拭えない気がする。
It feels to me like this is one of those times. Even though he's technically fear-mongering, this time he's actually right.
つまり、高野は生きてる？
So you think Takano is alive?
高野美代は先日以来、車ごと行方不明です。
Since last night, both Mio Takano and her car have gone
岐
missing.
阜の死体が高野でないなら、これはなんだか面白そうな話になってきます。
If that body found in Gifu isn't Takano, this is going to be very interesting indeed. Iri had already heard about the deaths of Tomitake and Takano. It seemed like both the clinic and the office in Tokyo had flown into a panic over it. It's funny how they make such a big fuss about their own people when they don't care about what happens to other people's lives if it would get in the way of their research. This guy. Takano's subordinate Okonogi was in the room. Okonogi is the leader of the mountain dogs. I came here to make sure he's still willing to protect me. Haha, I don't think he will. Based on past experience, they tend to lose interest in protecting me after Takano dies.
小野木、高野が死んでしまいましたですが、僕は大丈夫なのですか？
Okonogi, Takano is dead, but am I still safe?
大丈夫ですよ、リカさん。
Don't worry, Rika-san.
我々が今後も厳重に警護してますんで。
We'll still keep up this tight security around you.
ですから、警察に頼ろうとしなくても問題ないです。
You don't have to call the police. I guess this is part of that tight security? They must have been listening to my conversation with
大
Oishi.
石に聞きました。
Oishi told me
高野が
something.
実は死んでいないというのは本当ですか？
Is it true that Takano isn't really dead?
まさか。
That can't be true.
現地の県警の正式な発表ですんで。
The Gifu Police Department made an official announcement. I didn't think she would just straight out ask this guy, even though she knows Takano's involved with them, and, they could be in on it too, which they clearly are.
大石という刑事は今年で定年。お社様のたたりを何とか解決したい一心で、何でも話をおかしくしようとする癖がありよります。
That Oishi is retiring this year, isn't he? Sometimes he makes up stories because he's desperate to solve the curse of
あい
Oyashiro-sama.
つの言うことに耳を貸さん方がいいでしょう。
You shouldn't pay attention to anything he says. Well, he's not wrong. This here is Oishi's last chance. Because he's so desperate, he's developed a bad habit of listening to every rumor he hears.
おこのぎはこの事件をどう見ていますですか？
What's your opinion about this, Okonogi?
現在、上が調査してますんで、いい加減なことは言えません。
Right now, they're still investigating, so I can't say anything.
殺された二人の関係を知る以上、内部犯行の可能性が極めて高いっちゅんは間違いないんじゃないかと。
Knowing the relationship between those two, I think it's clear that this was done by someone within the organization. I glanced over at Irie as I listened to Okonogi speak. It seemed that whoever he was talking to over the phone was accusing him of killing them. Irie was frantically trying to prove his innocence. Soon enough, he hung up the phone. Irie looked upset that he was under suspicion after working so hard for the organization.
ああ、リカさん。
Oh, Rika-chan.
すみませんね。だいぶお待たせして。
I'm sorry for making you wait.
リリエも大変なことになったようなのです。
It seems like you're in big trouble.
お聞きになった通りです。
Just as you heard.
富武さんたちの死は何かの陰謀による可能性が非常に高いです。
It sounds like there's some big conspiracy behind their deaths.
そして東京はその黒幕が私であると思っているようです。
People in Tokyo think that I'm the one who's pulling the strings. I feel kind of bad for him. I don't necessarily like Irie, but he doesn't deserve to be accused of something he didn't do.
まったく、どうしてそういう方向になるのか大いに疑問です。
Good grief. I have a lot of questions as to how they figure that. I rarely ever saw Irie get so emotional. He must be feeling as though all his effort is being repaid with injustice. However, it's a fact that Irie was trying to fight against the budget cuts and downsizing of his research team. Tokyo is thinking that could be his motive for killing them. In any case, everyone in the organization is suspicious.
リカさんの心配は分かってます。
I understand how scared you must
高
feel.
野さんたちを殺した何者かが次にあなたを狙わないとは限らないですからね。
The people who attacked Takano-san and Tomitake-san could be after you too.
東京もそこは特に気にしていました。
The people in Tokyo are also concerned about that.
山犬にもあなたの警護体制を最高にするよう命令が来ています。
You got the order to tighten up your security.
ご安心してくださいね。
Don't worry.
それが聞ければ僕は少し安心なのです。
I'm very relieved to hear that. This was the first time the mountain dogs had ever tightened up my security. They usually become so busy keeping tabs on Irie after Tomitake and Takano's deaths that they end up ignoring me. Even though they're dead, I'm still in a pretty favorable situation.
高野たちを殺した犯人に心当たりはないのですか？
I'm kind of frustrated by the fact that Rika doesn't really seem to believe Oishi. I mean, it does sound pretty crazy, especially if you've witnessed both of them dying time and time again, and you didn't previously suspect that one of them could be involved. But still, please, I hope that she comes to the realization that Takano is really behind this. So do you have any idea who killed them?
東京の皆さんも調べられています。
People in Tokyo are investigating that now.
状況を見る限り、内部事情に精通した人間の仕業です。
Based on the situation, it's clear that this was done by someone within the organization.
どうやら真っ先に疑われたのは私のようです。
I guess I'm their prime suspect.
富武にああいう死に方をさせられるのは入江だけなのです。
You're the only one who could kill Tomitake like that.
そんなことはありません。
That's not true.
おそらく東京の方も H17 さんの話をしているのでしょうが。
The people in Tokyo are discussing the possible use of H173.
あれは危険な目的での研究が中止されたとき、すべて破棄されたはずです。
But that drug was destroyed when the research was cancelled. Rika even knows about it apparently.
あんなことは不可能だ。
It's impossible.
ですが所長、
However,
こういうことが起こってしまった以上、東京は疑わざるを得ません。
they have no choice but to suspect you in this case.
それに、富武氏には予防薬があらかじめ与えられていたはず。
Mr. Tomitake even took a vaccine before he came here.
にもかかわらず発症したんです。
But he still got infected.
天文学的低確率で起こった偶然だとしか言えません。
It must just be an extremely unlikely coincidence.
とにかく絶対そんなことはありえないんです。
Anyway, it's just impossible. Iria is usually a very calm person, but once the people in Tokyo start suspecting him, he often loses his mind.
高野が犯人ということはありませんですか？
Do you think Takano might be the culprit?
高野なら内部の人間です。
She's someone within the organization.
高野さんが
Takano-san.
まさか
No way. But as he spoke, Iria also started to realize that everything could be explained if Takano was the culprit. But I don't know how to persuade him that it's the truth. More than anything, people want to hear a motive. Not who did something, but why. Knowing that probably isn't as important as it sounds. After all, you never know the motive unless the suspect talks. Guessing about the motive is just a waste of time. In other words, it's stupid to assume that Takano isn't the culprit just because I don't know what her motive is.
リカさ
Hell
ん、
yes.
確証もないことを言っちゃいけませんね。
Rika-san, you can't say something like that without proof.
あれだけ親切にしてくれたんじゃないんですか？
She was very nice to you.
それを疑っちゃ悪いですね。
How can you suspect her after that? Upon hearing me be ungrateful towards his boss, Okunogi flashed me an unpleasant smile. It's true that Takano was very nice to me. It might be disrespectful of me to suspect her. However, I still can't trust her completely yet. Perhaps I've developed the same bad habit as Oishi. I mean, eventually you gotta start grasping at straws. Okay, we're taking everything that we can right now. Am I believing every crazy theory I hear just because I'm desperate to escape from my fate?
とにかく私たちの身近で何か良くないことが起こりつつあるのは間違いありません。
In any case, something bad is going on around here.
用心するに越したことはないでしょう。
We all need to be careful.
ご心配なく。
Don't worry.
所長に対する警護体制も最高にするよう命令を受けておりますんで。
We've received an order to tighten up your security too. Iria smiled bitterly. For him, their protection wouldn't be too different from stalking.
リカさんも警察には不用意なことを喋らないようにお願いします。
Rika-san, make sure that you don't give up too information to the police.
分かってると思いますが。
Too much information.
場合によっては機密保持のため、厄介なことになるかもしれませんので。
I think you understand, but you could create a problem if you talk to them about our secrets. He was implying that he'd have to kill anyone I talked to. This isn't the first time they've warned me about this. It's just, what if Takano really is the culprit? If she is, then Okunogi is almost certainly involved too. Then it makes sense that he wouldn't want me to suspect Takano. That would be horrifying. If Takano was my enemy, then the mountain dogs were too. His whole clinic is a lion's den. Iria is just a researcher, so he probably wouldn't know what's really going on. The more I thought about it, the more confused I got. Why would Takano do something like this? I thought I'd just convince myself that the motive shouldn't even matter, but I can't stop thinking about it. Is Takano really behind it all? Am I going crazy as Oishi just because of how badly I want to solve this mystery? Perhaps mountain dogs are more like wolves looking after a flock of sheep. I've lived for over 100 years. I've never once found out who killed me, and I stayed close to the Iria Institute so that they'd protect me. What if that was my big mistake? Well, I'm sure that Iria has no bad intentions. In many lives, I got to see just how genuine his feelings are. I can trust him. However, he's not really reliable. He's just an underling too. Thank you for being here, Blood. Take care. Okunogi glanced over at me. He smiled and told me not to worry, but I noticed an evil glint in his eyes. It's possible that I have Hinamizawa syndrome, and that was just a hallucination. I don't understand anything. I don't even know who my enemies are anymore. There's no point in thinking about this any longer. I have to only trust who I know I can trust for sure. There are only a few of those people though. Iria, Oishi, and my friends. If Okunogi is on Takano's side, he will be watching me very closely. If I started accusing Takano of anything, Who knows what they'd do to me? When this world first began, I thought I had no time left. But that wasn't true. The number of things that happened in just 2 weeks was immense. I probably only have a few more days left until the day of my death. What can I do? How can I change this? Am I supposed to just take Hanyu's advice and resign this time? No! We have to pull through! Never give up! This is a very long chapter, isn't it? Okay. This isn't going to wrap up in the 50 minutes that I have left, so I'm going to continue this on Wednesday. So hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Since I'm assuming that we have another chapter after this, I doubt that we can finish it all on Wednesday. If we can't, I might, maybe. I can't promise it. Maybe I'll do like a short little stream to finish whatever we have left on Thursday, but I'll see how I feel. If I'm too tired or whatever, then I won't. But if I do feel like it, you'll see me live. But that was a very cool chapter. We're finally getting so many mysteries just solved completely, which is really nice. Let me see. Who can we raid? I really look forward to finishing this soon. It would be very fun. Let me see. We have Freya. We actually haven't raided Freya in what feels like forever. It's been a while. She's playing Odin Sphere, and I've been watching some of her streams whenever I get to catch her live, because she usually goes live while I'm still live. But yeah, she's very cool. She plays a lot of retro games. She tinkers a lot with like retro consoles and modifies them, and it's very cool. Thanks for being here. You still have your old notes, Spooky? Of course I do. Of course. And I did plan on looking at them when we finish the game. It would be very fun. I do agree. I do want to take a look at it just to see how wrong I was and how confused I was. Everything is falling into place so nicely now. All right, but I hope everyone has a lovely rest of their day. I hope that you had fun, and thank you for being here. I will see you next time, okay? Bye-bye, take care. Let me wave. Bye-bye!